and something.
Get on my paused.
What?
Is it how much time we got? 2 minutes?
Oh shit! My internet connection is unstable. It's big news for the beginning of a podcast.
Oh. Is everything okay?
I feel like there's a really good chance we're live right now, and Alan just didn't tell us.
I think
Oh, we definitely are.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said we were going live.
Oh, did he? My internet popped out for a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
I was sitting at my desk the other day, and all of a sudden something hits me in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And one of my guitars just fell out of the hanger.
Damn.
And slammed me in the back of the head. I'm like, what the heck? And so, of course, then I hung my giant bass right there. So next time it happens, I might not make it.
You're gonna get knocked. Might not make it. That's a good idea, man. Just put that right behind your head.
I think my chair bumped it.
Oh, your guitar fell off of there. Did it fuck up your guitar?
It was. It was my PRS.
Oh. Did it mess it up?
No, there was a little like paint chip on the desk. I don't know where it came from because I can't find a chip on it. But
wow,
heavy duty, I guess. Just had to tune it.
I love how nonchalant you are about that. I would be fucking
Look at my SG, dude.
Oh.
I drew a freaking spider web on it.
Oh my god, I hate you, Wave. No, I was kidding.
That's like a real Gibson.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How old is that fucking thing?
Wow.
It's like from I don't know, 2005. It's the faded.
I'm much better about it now, but when I was first playing, like any little ding, I would die inside for at least 2 weeks. I remember I had my HR Geiger, and my friend was swinging his fucking mic, and he hit the side of the guitar. I was so pissed. Put a big, huge dent in it. It was like the alien guitar, and like it bothered me for like 2 months. Like
and that thing like full of dents anyway.
You seen this guitar?
No, it's not. Not my Iceman.
What is that?
What's happening at the bottom?
You put a fucking.
Did you take part of the guitar off?
What the hell?
To put effects pedals and a chaos pad in it with like a literal, one of those dowel drills. So
wow.
Whoa.
What else needs to be here?
So that's how well I take care of my guitar.
I'd be way too scared to drill my guitar, man.
Dude, that's
your
crazy.
Tone, man. You just lost all your tone.
Hey, welcome everyone to the Japanese music, or to the Gaijin Guys podcast where we talk about Japanese music news. I love when I mix those up. Hey,
I was 19.
Apparently, Wave destroys his guitars.
Not anymore.
Those guitars have taken vengeance on him in a crack.
I mean, we've all destroyed a guitar at some point. Let's be real, right? Like I slammed a guitar into my trunk door one time and just broke the neck completely.
So there was
madmen.
I took my very first guitar because I wanted to know what it felt like to smash a guitar because Kurt Cobain was a watch.
Who wants to keep their
guitar.
first guitars?
It's part of life.
Yeah, and I was like, and I already know how I am back then, with guitars where I couldn't even handle a ding on it, and I decided to smash it on the pavement, and I felt like complete shit for 2 weeks. I still have the neck. And I'm like, why did I do that? What the fuck is wrong with me?
I smashed one guitar and it was a Gibson, Givson. It was India made. Didn't look anything like a Gibson. It was like a Strat copy, but it said Gibson in the Gibson style on the headstock. Headstock was like 6 strings. The headstock was like fucking a foot long. And it was neat for a little bit, but then I got tired of fucking with it, so I took it out and smashed it.
But I got bored, so
it's kind of the same thing. I wanted to know what it was like to smash guitar, and I was tired of that guitar. So I'm like, I'm gonna go smash this thing.
I tried to smash the guitar once, and I hurt my shoulder.
That was the same.
The guitar took you out, man. You tried to take out the guitar, and it took you out.
What was that? A fucking Gibson?
No, that was
USA
my
Fender?
Gibson SG. My white one that I'm restoring now.
You still have it.
I stopped.
They kicked your ass. You're like, fine, I'll keep you.
I had a first stack guitar. That's the one I smashed. But I still regret it because it was like the guitar I learned everything on. So I was like, that hurt,
man.
It still bothers me. It still bothers me.
It's stupid. 19-year-old thought I was hardcore.
You were, buddy. Don't worry.
Now you're like,
the guitar knows it. That guitar knows it.
It's never gonna work right,
dude. So
wait, is that a real Gibson?
Crazy nut.
Well,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
It's an SG.
It was actually already. I think someone tried to smash it before I bought it because the paint was all chipped. Like you see the.
Oh wow.
The paint.
It's so blurry.
It's just like a yellow screen. Now, man.
That could be anything.
That's the original paint. I repainted it because it had cracks all over the paint.
Is that white or yellow?
It was aged like the way people want their guitars to be now. Wave.
It was. I missed the memo, dude.
Well, guys, how was your week?
Wait, let me just tell you how lame I am for a second here.
All right, go champ. How lame are you?
So after, this is even embarrassing to say, honestly, thinking back now. But so after I smashed my guitar into the trunk of my car by accident and broke the neck, my move was to try to make the best of that situation. So I also smashed that guitar, but it was already broken. So I went out on, because this was before the show. So this was like one of those terrible days where I smashed my main guitar right before the show started. And I was like, no, what am I supposed to do? All I had was my backup guitar, right? So at the very end of the show, I just pulled my main guitar, which was already broken, and I like held it like it was not broken and just started smashing that on stage. And it broke in half because it was already broken half. But I definitely made it seem like I just did it on stage when I had broken it before the show. Don't tell anybody that was at that show.
Okay. Right. I'm going to tell everybody.
All right. I'll give you all their email addresses.
That's actually a good idea.
It was 2002.
Well, how was your week, champ?
Not too bad. Not much to complain about. Did any new music come out this week? I'm trying to think of if I watched anything new.
Apparently a new Metallica song came out. I watched.
Oh, yeah.
I discovered through Ryan's reaction. I enjoyed watching Ryan's reaction. I probably won't actually check out the song, but it sounded good.
So that's all I know of it too, was what Ryan had to say.
I know. That's literally how I discovered about Metallica releasing a new song. I saw Ryan's video come up. I'm like,
I had no idea. And then after Ryan's video popped up, I started seeing other videos.
That's funny.
Thanks, Mr. Mir.
Yeah, no problem. Glad I can help out Metallica, a small band trying to get noticed.
Giving them some promotion.
Yeah, I don't think they would make it without you, dude.
Doing what I can, man.
But I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I didn't listen to the song after I heard what you said about it. Not because you said it was bad, but because the last song that they put out was so good, in my opinion. You know, it was such a callback to their old like Ride the Lightning days.
From what I heard on Ryan's reaction, I thought the vocals were actually really good. The music, I was like, I wasn't digging the music, but I like the vocals actually. I gotta say, it reminded me of like Load and Reload, in my opinion, but with the vocals, and I enjoyed it.
Vocally, those aren't bad, man. Those aren't bad vocals.
Fuck both those albums.
I like Load a lot.
I thought you said you liked them.
I'm not surprised. Chemical Reaction hater.
Until It Sleeps is a fucking. It's a moment in my life.
That is a good song.
We've talked about this before.
I'm just giving you shit. There's some really good songs on there.
Yeah, but it is definitely a downgrade from.
I just read an interview with James, and he was talking about their 3 worst albums, and he mentioned Load, Reload, and obviously Saint Anger. Can't believe
at least he knows what they are.
That Lulu fucking piece of crap, but and Load and Reload, he pretty much said that that's not what he wanted to do. He trusted Lars and Kirk and went their direction.
I'm not gonna lie though, those are 2 awesome albums. Like I thought
if I wasn't a huge Metallica fan and didn't know what they had done, and then heard that, I'm like, this is some good shit. But when you want thrash metal and they come out with that, it's like,
oh, it's like the GNR thing.
It's pretty unique.
It's not bad music.
It isn't.
I know.
No, it's good. I mean, even the singles from those albums, Fuel is a cool song, man. Like, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that. Like, that's a cool fucking song. Even the riff.
You always start out good, and then you make another comment that makes the previous part of your comment that makes sense.
What, you didn't like Fuel?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that. Yeah.
I think.
Come on, man.
I just
that's
love
like
how
where the classic James Hetfield comes from.
James just throws his band members under the bus, though. Like,
What?
Like, if you think about it, like, oh, well, they wrote it, but they were two of the worst albums.
Yeah,
like,
all the behind the scenes footage is all him writing everything.
Right.
Wait a minute, James. You're clearly the fucking ringleader here.
I mean,
Anyway.
listen.
Anyways,
I
Ryan,
didn't
how was
love
your week?
Reload when it came out either. But if you were to listen to it now, like, it's the same thing with, like, you know, like when, like, okay, I don't want to throw any other bands under the bus, so I'm not going to. But I'm just saying that Metallica, those two albums, if they weren't Metallica, if they had like called themselves like, you know, fucking Alternata instead, I would have been like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I literally, like 20 years later, I'm like, this is actually pretty good shit. I'll go ahead and listen to it.
Well, Ryan, how's your week, man? How was your week?
It's been pretty good. Been keeping busy. Trying to.
Did you get a new guitar also? Was that this past week? Yeah, I think it was
that
this past week.
Was the red? The
I know
Tornado
more
was
about
last week,
Ryan's
wasn't
life than Ryan does.
it? The Tornado, was that this week?
I'm pretty sure I saw that video this past week,
red
but
one?
maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I didn't watch that video.
Yeah, I mean, it's a week. I probably did. I have a problem. I have a problem. I actually had to put some guitars back into cases and shit to make room for the inevitable.
I can give you
guitars. So.
I can give you my shipping address if you ever want to give any away.
You want some terrible parts casters? I'll ship them to you.
Ooh.
You'd be like, this mix is horrible. I'm like, you're right. That's a layered. It's a layered joke.
Hand wind the pickups.
Wave, how about you, man? How was your week, man?
I'm good. I had a productive day yesterday after we talked to BG.
I didn't think you were gonna get those videos out that quick, man, about Band-Maid. I was like, you were just talking about it, and I was like, what the hell? They're already out.
Well, I didn't talk about it till after I had all the composition done, so I just recorded the parts.
Oh, okay.
Because I had been kind of learning the parts all week after going through and composing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was a fun project. It was like the most my brain's been stimulated in months, you know.
Did you like my comment that I left you under one
yes,
of them?
And you were right. It absolutely is an excuse.
Tell people about that.
Well, I had a comment play the drums on it because I didn't want to play those drums. Her drums.
And then he called me out.
What? I was like, Alan will probably try to force me to play these drums at some point, but I said I'm a groove drummer, so I just like to, you know, groove and feel it. And her drums are a freaking Olympic event of expending as much energy as possible and effort. And I'm like, is it worth it? Do I even want to try to do that anymore? Like, it's just too hard. And I know it is an excuse, but I'm like,
yeah,
I did it with no God. And I'm
you.
like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. But at the end of the day, was it worth all the misery of actually learning it?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, you made millions off of it, right?
Yeah.
No, dude, it takes up a lot of fucking time, a lot of stress.
But
Yeah,
here's my argument
something being too hard is a great reason to stop doing it.
Okay, fuck all of you. Listen here. if you work your ass on it and you keep doing that, it'll become easy eventually. You know, it's like when I was first learning like those shreddy solos back in the day, like eventually they're like, oh well, this is easy now after you do a couple of them. Anyways, I left a comment on Waves. I was like, man, that's just an excuse not to do.
It's just that I go above and beyond in every other aspect of my life. I'm like, why do it on drumming?
I don't know.
Because you're a fucking drummer.
Yeah, exactly. But I honestly think if you learn more of Akane's stuff, it'll get easier and easier. Well, if you keep going the newer song route, it won't get easier and easier. But
this
it'll
new
get harder.
album, the new album, the drums are like another 5 times harder than Unseen World. It's like, what the heck?
Start with World Domination, then. No, those are still hard. But anyways, never mind. You're fucked either way. So just start with the hardest one.
I am. This time she changes the pattern like every 3 seconds. Like, what are you doing?
I put in the Discord chat there. And we're like, guys, let's do From Now On as a GG cover, and I got completely turned down immediately.
It's like, nah, man.
I was like, you know how many hours per day I'm gonna have to put in to fucking learn how to play that song perfectly from beginning to end.
Paraphrasing Champ, fuck no. It's like I'm from Champ.
Dude, I told Alan then I had a live stream and I was talking about Metallica and it was easy to learn. I'm like, for comparison's sake, I tried to learn somebody said, "Well, try to play different." So I brought up different.
No, thank you.
And I'm like, there's no fucking riff in this riff. What the hell am I supposed to play? There's so many different things going on.
Like,
I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I thought there was a riff when I brought it up. It comes up and it's just not.
It's not.
Eventually there's one for like a measure. Then it goes away. And you need like, it's ridiculous. So whoever covers that, hats off to you.
Yeah, Wave, I'd love to see you do the drums for different, because I always thought the drums sounded so fucking chaotic in that song.
Yeah,
it is chaos.
Now that I think of it, yeah, that would be insane.
First do From Now On, and then.
So anyway, I spent about 20 minutes freaking out because I couldn't understand what was going on. The song that I loved and listened to many times, and then I bring up. I had, you know what I did? I went to old Megadeth songs so I could show that I could learn stuff. Like what used to be the pinnacle of learning riffs, I just brought up Megadeth songs. I'm like, see, I can learn this shit.
You just want to like prove to yourself
like,
that you're capable of playing guitar.
Go back to different. I'm like, yeah, I still don't understand.
Well, not only it's like it's completely different writing style too than
dude, it's
anything
nuts
that you're used to. Like it's really crazy. And Band-Maid just takes the Japanese music writing to another level, is what I realized, because I was learning some of these other songs, or like doing guitar over these other Japanese. It has a certain style to it. Once you get used to the style, then you're like, okay, see where it's going. But with Band-Maid, it's like they have like a little bit of Western influence also in it, and then it's really intricate. And it's like metal riffs in a hard rock way. Like I was telling Ryan in the Discord chat, I'm like, dude, they're straight up metal riffs. Like they're not. Yeah. They're like, it's progressive metal. Like it's straight up progressive 100%. Metal. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's songs they have. They're just riff driven. I could listen to them, figure them out. But then on top of that, there's bands I don't even think about trying to learn. Soka Minoru, fuck that, dude. I'm not even gonna attempt anything from that.
I attempted one.
I'm just not gonna, because I know I'm just gonna be disappointed in myself and just.
Soka
That's exactly why I didn't try to play From Now, because I tried it. I tried playing it at 175, which is 15
you guys are standard
BPM lower than the actual song. Yeah. So to be able to play it at 190, I need a new drum kit, by the way, if I'm gonna play that, because I have two toms and they're like 2 feet apart. So for all those really fast 16th note fills, where she's like,
doesn't she just have 2 toms?
So let's GoFundMe for
2 rack toms.
If we if we set up a GoFundMe to get you a drum, actually, I have a drum set here.
Blues version.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do a GoFundMe. Send Wave the drums, and then will you do From Now On?
No, don't do that. That's how I end up like.
If I get you a drum set, Wave. Would that convince you?
With all that pressure?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's hard to. I tried, Wave. Okay, there's my convincing.
Do things that are good for my health, and I don't think that stress is very good. But I'd rather just sit back and appreciate Akane's talent and be like, I can't do that, but it's really freaking cool that she does.
All right, Alan, you learn the fucking drums. We'll learn the rest of it.
You know what? I will. How about that?
Better.
I'll practice. Yeah, I would. I'm learning the guitar for it. I got a quarter of the solo down. I'll do it.
Even though I'm primarily a drummer, I can play the Konami part, not at speed, but I can play it. With the Akane part, I'm like, This is insane.
I'm used to
Alan,
fast
just
drums.
send me the drum set. I
could
will
do...
learn how to play drums just so we can play this song together.
Wait, if I get a drum set out of this, I'll learn it, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I will take the free drum set. I'm not sure you'll ever get the recording of me playing it, but I will take that. I will promise to try.
The wife would be so pissed. What the hell is all this? Well,
post daily updates of your progress.
Oh man. I don't know. That sucks, guys. I'm sad for you guys. I don't know. I just try at least. I don't know. I look at it as like, this is my next level up in playing. Let me do it. And I remember that's how I was with like power metal. I couldn't even fucking touch it. I was like trying to struggle. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even get up to speed. The solos were fucking insane. And eventually it just came over time. I don't know.
Nice.
Eventually it just came.
It just came. It just came.
I mean, we've all done that to a certain extent because we all, just learn the guitar in general.
You know what?
Work.
You know what's a lot harder than I anticipated and pissed me the fuck off? Like, I was really ashamed of myself. I was learning the Babymetal monochrome song, and holy fuck, the rhythm patterns for the guitar was annoying because of the pauses. Because when you hear the song, there's a whole bunch of lead underneath Sue's vocals that you cannot hear. And I was paying attention to it.
Especially in the second verse.
Yes. And I'm like, and then there's all these weird chopped up rhythms. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I showed Frank the drums. He's like, dude, it changes like every single measure. And I'm like, does it? Because I didn't know it did that. I thought it was just, I'm going to be honest, I thought it was kind of like a little bit more formulaic where it was just this. I still love the song and I love the story behind it. But then when I was learning, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? The bass is pretty easy though. The bass is really simple in that song. But the guitar was a lot more intricate than I thought. So in our cover, we're going to like bring out the leads a little bit more so you can hear. But we finished recording the guitars and everything. I was like, wow, took me way longer to learn than I thought. It was like 7 hours or something that day. I spent all day working on the song, just getting the drums and the guitar for it. It was.
I am surprised that it was like I definitely heard some stuff that was happening underneath, like the featured parts of the song.
Yeah,
like especially in that pre-chorus, like they do a pre-chorus before the second chorus comes in that they don't do in the first one, and you could hear there's like a guitar like just playing a lead the whole time, but you can barely hear it. It's like all the way out in the distance. So I did want to hear that louder, but I didn't notice the rhythm section being like, what did you say, it was like being like cut off or like segmented?
I think I have I'll play it later in a second, but it's really weird. Like once you get it down, you're like, okay, cool, I got it. But it's the complete opposite of the rhythm riffs that Ryan was playing from Metallica. It was like, I was like, I wish it was that easy. It was like just random triplets thrown in there, chugs, and then there was this weird stop. It'd be like 1, 2, 3, like pause, just like a 3-beat pause, and then come in with the chord. Then you come in the middle of the verse riff, in the middle of a triplet, and then some chugs. It was really weird. I'm gonna just put a video of me playing
listening
it.
to that stuff though. I did wonder how much of that was production, like post-production.
Oh.
Where the band was playing the whole time, but then they were to like cut it out in post-production.
Yeah.
Like,
Commie Band's gonna be like,
and that's why it's so hard to figure out.
Dude, Commie Band's gonna destroy this song. Like they're gonna make it so badass because now I have a feeling that is what goes on with Babymetal songs. Like it's so done production-wise, and it probably is cut like that, and that's why the live shows are so much better because they put some life into it. Because when I did the lead, I was trying to emulate Mikio. That's what my goal with this song is. I'm going to put like a Mikio style solo in it and try to put life into it. Cause I love the song, but you could tell it's really produced. And so when I did the lead and I put just like some love into the lead, you could feel it a lot more. So I'm like, man, I wonder how it's going to sound when Commie Band starts playing it.
Nice.
Or when they have it with, when they play the show live in January. I cannot wait to see that concert. January 28th, by the way, guys. It's a 2-day, I think 28th, 29th. If I remember correctly. But
cool. I didn't know before that the Commie Band didn't play in the studio.
I think they've had members record. No, not think. I'm pretty sure members that ended up playing live with Commie Band have done session recordings for Babymetal. But this newer music, I have no clue. Yeah.
So it still could be, but not sure.
Monochrome is not doing as good as Divine Attack either, by the way, which is really weird because I think Monochrome is a really well in-depth written song, and maybe people were so turned off by Divine Attack they didn't check out Monochrome. I mean, it's still doing good.
They're different though. I mean, maybe just like Divine Attack better.
I don't, you know, I think neither, it doesn't have a music video. So that's probably part of it, right?
Oh, maybe that's what it is since it's dubbed a lyric video, but it's a legit music video. If you watch that lyric video, you're like, this is a music video. You should never call it an official lyric video.
You know how YouTube works. It's all about the promotion, right? Like if they promote it as a lyric video, people are going to assume, oh, maybe they'll come out with a music video later. Like, and I'll watch that later.
Yeah, for sure. I'll put up.
Also, Divine Attack was like their first release in 3 years, so
that's true. There's that too.
Jumping on it.
You know, I was looking this up earlier, and you know, guess how many songs Babymetal has since they debuted in 2014?
How many?
32.
You heard me counting before. That is incorrect, though.
No,
I got up to 32
up a couple weeks ago, I think.
They have 41 total.
I was gonna say 46,
but this includes like stuff like covers that they've recorded and stuff like that. Wow. Like from just the studio albums, it's 13 plus 13 plus 12.
That's impressive to have that big of a following and only have 41 songs. Think about that.
It's pretty crazy. It reminds me of they have the Blackpink strategy with the over on K-pop where they release like, you know, X amount of songs, like less than 10 songs per year every other year, and still manage to get super fucking famous.
Trust us, just like this is a big deal.
This is you're gonna wait 3 years, but when it comes out, you're gonna listen to this CD 430 times. So
Adam Young,
they're gonna buy it just because they feel they should.
Adam Young, I agree. Monochrome and Divine Attack are awesome, and I honestly think the CD recordings are not doing those songs justice. Because after learning those two songs, I appreciate them so much more. There's so much guitar that is compressed and just driven down in the mix, like it kind of sucks. The mix overall is good, but when you actually learn it, you're like, holy shit. Like it's pretty crazy. I'll pull up
I think the mix is awesome. Like considering what they're going for, you know what I mean? Like an overall soundscape, you know, especially in Monochrome, I think it sounds great. But from like the musical part of me that just like wants to hear what everybody's doing, it is very like sort of it becomes like one thing rather than like being able to like differentiate each separate part and hear each part like I like to do, you know what I mean? But like they're really good at just creating one whole soundscape with everything included, and there's a lot of production that's put into it also.
Here, I'm gonna play.
I think it sounds really good, but it doesn't sound as like. It doesn't sound raw. It's the opposite of raw.
I'm gonna play a snippet of this cover. I'm sorry, I didn't even put it on Champ's cameras on wave the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just, like, here,
this is what I want to show you guys with the lead. Yeah, I'm gonna play a snippet of the recording here. That lead, you guys couldn't hear that, could you? Anyways, let me play it again. For the people listening, though, you can't hear that lead that well in the original one. So this is my recording of it. This is just guitars and drums so far. It's not mixed yet, where the vocals are almost done for it, but so that lead right there is covered up.
Is it the chorus?
You can't even hear that in the original.
Really? No, you really can't. You really can't. Like I knew it was there, but it's so quiet and it's covered in so many other things.
Yeah.
Dude, I just typed Babymetal in YouTube search. One of the first things that came up was Babymetal is a joke.
Oh,
really?
Fuck. Fuck them.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that a video?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait, by who?
Shred.
Yeah, I think I recently watched that. I'm pretty sure that he doesn't say that they're a joke in the video.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Title? I feel that.
Yeah, he asks in the beginning of the video, do you guys think that this band is a joke? Let's find out. And then he goes on to watch it and pretty much assesses that it is not.
No, I haven't listened to Gimme Chocolate yet.
Really?
I just realized that.
What?
I may have. I never watched the video. I know that.
That's our Patreon group reaction today.
Yeah.
Gimme chocolate. There you go.
I'll put it on the poll for this week. I'll just put 4 Gimme Chocolates on there and make people vote.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard them either.
Gimme Chocolate, their like main song. Like, I would call it their main song, wouldn't you?
Really?
Breakout thing.
Adam Young says, I think I'm going to like this new album more than the last at this rate. You know what? I have a feeling it might be a pretty good album. I don't know if I'll like it more, but the last album had like 16 songs on it. So, and like 10 of them were like, I love, and the other 6, I'm like, but.
I thought their last album was the weakest of the 3 that they've put out. So out of the 2 songs that they've already released, I think that this one's already.
But if you like 10 of the songs out of the 16, it already matches their 2 old albums, right? Because they're 2 old albums.
That's true.
I mean, so I was like, I guess they didn't make up for that 3rd album. But anyway,
there were 16 songs? I thought there was only 13 on the last one.
There were 16 on the last one.
I gotta say, I watched like the first 5 seconds of this video. He's like, everybody knows babies can't play metal. Like, it's totally, he's just goofing. That's funny. I want to watch that later.
Let's get into the main topic of today. We got a follow-up by Tank the Tech, where he put up Live Nation's grip on the music industry is insane. He goes into further details about the whole Live Nation and about what they own. He lists a bunch of the companies they have. And it's so funny because he mentions about Delaware, and I know about Delaware because that you get like tax breaks and stuff in there. It's funny. I put a stupid ass comment like, "Oh yeah, it's because Delaware is like a safe haven for businesses." It's they have a thing called the Delaware loophole, which they essentially enables companies to avoid paying state corporate income tax where they earn revenue. A lot of companies use them, like Home Depot, Toys R Us, and etc. But apparently, Live Nation has a whole bunch of lists of companies
Amazon,
under there.
Tesla.
Yeah, and it was funny because I was going to mention that in the comments. I'm like, and I didn't watch. I was like watching the video and commenting. I did that stupid thing where I was like commenting ahead of time. I was like, God damn it! Then he talks about Delaware, but he does mention it in that video. And
I just like that he put in a clip of Wayne's World where they say, "Hi, I'm in Delaware."
Oh yeah. that was cool.
That's the first thing I think about whenever anybody says Delaware. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, Ryan, go ahead. I think you had some stuff you're going to talk about with it. So,
well, it was super interesting. I thought it was cool that he put out a pretty poignant video and then he followed up with it like, yeah, I was onto some shit. So when you hear not only in Live Nation, but how, because they associate it with Ticketmaster now, and it's not just them, it is hundreds of companies and LLCs and stuff that are tied to this Live Nation umbrella, and you cannot get away from it.
Yeah.
So
how many was it?
It is eye-opening
Over
as the first video was. Yeah, it's even worse when he dives into it. There's over 300 companies. So anytime you think, well, I didn't buy these tickets through Ticketmaster Live Nation, yeah, you fucking did.
Oh,
because they own the companies and they let companies operate like they're not owned, but they still goes back to them.
So do you think for instance, I bought tickets with AXS. I wonder if they're under Live Nation. Let's see.
I don't know. He goes down the list. I mean, he doesn't name everyone obviously, but there's probably a way. If you watch it, you can kind of see what he looked up and figure out a way you could probably check that.
Oh, yeah. Guess what? AXS, which I just bought tickets for in Denver, is an American ticket outlet for sports and entertainment events founded in 2011 and owned by the AEG Group, the world's second largest entertainment promoter behind Live Nation Entertainment.
Second largest.
That is crazy.
So my question would be following that. How big is this AXS and how many companies do they fucking own? And is everything that Live Nation doesn't owned by them?
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
So it's a duopoly.
Yeah, maybe we don't even hate Live Nation as much. Maybe there's a few of these that we should
what's
hate.
left after AXS is shit. Like what's left after Live Nation, there's not that much. It's like no fucking
Who owns StubHub?
Oh my God, probably Live Nation.
Jesus.
Let's see who owns
StubHub is the biggest ripoff of all time.
It is. They're like the official scalpers. You know what I mean? Like all these other businesses, they scalp, but they try to pretend like they're not scalpers.
They're the
but like
OGs.
StubHub is just like, we are scalpers online. Deal with it.
Wear it proudly.
Well, listen to this. They're both former Stanford business school students and investment bankers. No wonder why. That's the founders of it. Actually, this looks like this is StubHub's own thing, guys.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's smart business. I mean, if you
own a business,
you look for ways to make as much money as possible, which means finding the least or the way to spend the least money. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of what I was talking about last week. Like, I almost feel bad, like just. Like what are they supposed to do? Like, you know, as business, be like, oh, I see this great opportunity, I am not going to take it. Really, like the ultimate issue comes down to the government not putting more pressure on these companies to do things the right way.
Guess what, guys?
Just because you're operating legally doesn't mean you're not a douche.
So StubHub is just like an interface that when you go get the tickets, it goes to Ticketmaster.
Oh, really?
So it didn't used to do that.
So for the discovery fee.
StubHub is more of a ticket marketplace where individuals can list tickets they have available for sale. And then after you do that, if you do want to transfer that ticket over, you have to do it through Ticketmaster.
Yeah, that must be relatively new, because I remember buying shit off StubHub that had nothing to do with Ticketmaster like 10 years ago.
I wonder. I'm looking into it a little bit more, but purchasing
or at least
a
they
StubHub
faked it out well enough that you didn't know.
Yeah. Well, right here they're trying to say, yes, StubHub is legit. The site's 100% guarantee ensures that ticket buyers get valid tickets to any events
Comments
or
provided by
money back. What a name.
It's verified by StubHub.
It must be Ticketmaster and StubHub ticket delivery methods. Yeah, they're definitely probably work together or something.
Huh.
I love it. It's like the most
StubHub. No, you know who owns StubHub?
Who?
eBay.
That's right, they do. But look, it says
shopping site.
It says you'll want to download your tickets from your Ticketmaster account and upload them to StubHub so they can easily transfer to the buyer electronically. Resale marketplaces like StubHub and Vivid allow you to enter the date you expect to have tickets. I don't know what that has. That's just a year ago.
So they mentioned Ticketmaster.
Yeah,
fuck all that.
Yeah, it sounds
what
like
sucks is you can't just be like, screw it, I'm not buying tickets, because then you fuck over the bands.
Well, this is the thing.
That's why it's bad.
This is the angle that I wanted to look at, just to try to, play devil's advocate like Champ would. Band-Maid used Live Nation for their US tour that we all went to, and when it comes down to it, Live Nation is kind of like Walmart or Amazon, where they're providing this service that's really convenient for the artists, because they take care of planning the tour, booking the venues, the merch, ticket sales, all that in one stop. You sign the contract and the bands don't have to think about planning out this huge, overwhelming tour. So, my question is, how transparent are they with the artists about all the money they're losing along the way? Because if the bands decide to go with Live Nation, then
they're not given much of a choice. That's the thing.
Well, that's the other thing.
Well, that's what managers were meant to be in the beginning, right? Because they were the ones that would make sure all the shows were booked and stuff. So you're pretty much cutting out the manager's duties almost at that point. You're lightening the load for them. So most managers are in charge of how they get booked. So managers are probably like, well, this is going to make my life easier, so let me just go with Live Nation, because that'll just cut down time and wasted energy, so those managers can focus on other things. Because sometimes these bands have 4 different managers. Like we saw with Band-Maid, they had 3 different people. They had a label manager, touring manager.
Their manager was asking you questions about what you thought of certain things they did during the performance and stuff. So they're also focused on the creative side of things, putting on the best show possible, and what ideas are going to make the band as good as it can be. So if they don't have to think about all this boring paperwork crap that no one wants to think about when they're in a band, it's a good service. It's just sucks that they're able to take advantage of people, take so much money because they are the only option, pretty much.
Yeah, I think if somebody with a millionaire comes up and says, "Hey, man, I'll take care of you. Don't worry about anything," that's like, I don't trust you at fucking all.
Yeah, I mean,
but there's probably, you know, with somebody with them coming here from Japan trying to get stuff set up, it's got to be a better way. I'm sure they don't have a bad thing to say about them, you know.
No,
I'm
probably
not trying to say they should talk shit about them. It's just, it's not them that's getting hurt, really. It's just people that it's fucked up because you want the bands to do well, but you also, you know, how much money do you have to fucking hoard, man? Like, right. Seriously.
Well, but it's like signing with a major label. Like, you get the benefits. I don't mean the band. I mean, if it's a good label, you get the benefits of promotion. You know,
yeah,
they do their best to share you with the audience of the other bands that are under their label, and it's kind of, they all work together to bring attention to each other. And like Livenation was promoting Band-Maid too on their tour. Like they posted Band-Maid on their Twitter, and they were putting up.
It's the fringe stuff, the fees, the transfer things, and all this little shit that just nickel and dime you to death. That you want to pay $45 for a ticket and it ends up being $75. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. And
that's why it's bad for this to happen, because there's not just one. You're not paying one dude for a ticket.
It's bad for us no matter what. It's bad for the consumers completely, 100%. Yeah. There's nothing good about it for us except, you know, buy Babymetal tickets or whatever and go to the direct site than it would be for us to go to Ticketmaster. It doesn't help us at all. It just costs more money for us. Yeah. And we don't have a better option. For the bands, I do wonder, because, like, you know, we were just talking about how everything's under one umbrella at that point, right? So it's an ease of access thing. But since there's no other options, like, we don't even know if the bands actually appreciate this ease of access because they're being forced into the ease of access. Maybe they would rather be doing this on their own and avoiding all of these things, but they don't have a choice because Ticketmaster, Live Nation owns all of these places, and if they try to get in contact with them, they're going to say, you need to talk to Live Nation.
Well, as a member of, like, being like in a band that wants to tour next year, I definitely would love to have somebody take care of everything. Just from me, from a band standpoint, my opinion on it.
Focus on the music, right?
Yeah, so I could focus on the music, because that's the biggest issue for me. Like, even doing YouTube, I wish somebody could just manage my YouTube so I could just fucking focus on writing on music, right?
Yeah.
So for me personally,
but the problem is you don't have a choice, right?
That's true. It is nice to know you have the option.
You want to be able to say, I'm going to choose to use them because it's going to be easier for me.
True. Because what if I want to forced
into that situation?
What if I get a badass manager? What if I can find a badass manager that can just do it all for me, and I can pay them directly, and it's more beneficial that way, you know? Because there's people that do that. You could have a really good manager. You'll save more money that way, and they'll make more money, that individual. You also
At least the Live Nation website is super honest. It says artist powered, fan driven, and that couldn't be more true. You know,
we do pay everything. Yeah, we
Black checker, $7,000 for a VA,
and they're empowering people. They said so.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Adam Young in the comments says, I think this is exaggerated. I just bought Rush tickets and paid $11 in fees. Not that bad, and it was easy. And I think that's the argument for it, right? Like,
it's the back end.
It was simple, and, like, yes, $11 in fees for you might not be that much on face value, but who's to say that those $11 in fees that they feature as fees, who's to say there's not other fees that are included in the base price that you're buying the tickets for in the first place?
Because there is fees on that base price, because they have fees that go towards the artists when they're doing the payouts and stuff in the contracts. That's the thing. That base price is including those kind of costs. You have to. It's just like when you buy a burger or something. You're paying for the wrapper. You're paying for a percentage of the labor of everybody working there. It's all
I think
included.
They're just forced into putting the fees that they put on there. I think they're forced, like, you know, legally to write that those fees exist, and then the ones that they're not forced to legally write exist are probably, you know, wrapped up in the price overall.
Yeah, they're pretty. Live Nation, Gordon, like Gordon said, Live Nation, it's a management company for bands. Technically, so essentially, that's what it is.
Say you want to go see Metallica in LA at Microsoft Theater. It's the seats way in the back where you can't see shit. and you might get a nosebleed. They call them nosebleeds. They're $623.
I know, Eric.
If you want to be 40 rows back up to nothing or whatever, it's $1,500.
Eric just got a Metallica ticket. I was like,
What?
I wonder how much he paid for that. Jesus, I doubt he paid that much. Eric would never pay that much money.
Curious, like, about the number of tickets you buy, because don't the fees double for each?
Yeah, it says 6 tickets from 623. So I don't know if there's 14 tickets. Yeah, that's just what's left. So they're already mostly fucking sold out.
Yeah, wow.
But that's where I get like a little weird about the anti Livenation thing, right? Because, or like even like the anti pricing thing, because we have to remember that there is like the supply and demand issue at, all the time. So it's like, okay, let's say Metallica wasn't going through Live Nation to sell their tickets right now. Are you telling me that they're going to sell their tickets for $50? Probably not. No. They're fucking Metallica. They're going to sell their tickets for as much as they could possibly get for them.
Hey, you can get a Taylor Swift ticket for $20,000 for a VIP section.
That's fucking crazy. That's we talked about.
Probably not.
Most Metallica fans they're not young. They're not young bucks. You know what I mean? And they can dip into their retirement to buy a fucking ticket, I guess. But people that want to go see bands that are, this whole dynamic pricing bullshit, where people that have money will ramp up the prices, and people that don't have a lot of money, that they're just not going to be able to see them. Which, whether the band gives a shit or not, I guess that's up to the band to kind of step in or not. But
yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like, do you think most bands, because it's a job for them, right? This is their profession. Like, do you think most bands would take less money just for the sake of taking less money? Because I got to tell you,
how much of that money they get.
How much do you think Band-Maid made?
$20,000 Taylor Swift ticket, is that most of that going to her, or is it most of it going to fucking Live Nation?
That's a good question. I would love to know the percentage that they're taking.
I'm just gonna say right now, $20,000. Come on. That's ridiculous.
If I was already filthy fucking rich, fucking millionaire like Taylor Swift, and somebody said your ticket's going for $20,000 a piece, I'll be like, you know what? I think I'm good. That's me though. I guess you don't get to be a millionaire if you're not a greedy fuck.
Yeah, that's how that works, man. Definitely.
But, I don't know how much. What do you? I don't know.
I mean, the only people that could afford to go to that are like, fucking already the 1%.
Yeah.
Or someone's destroying their entire life to pay for it because they want to meet Taylor Swift.
Is that what you want?
Here's a thing on the Band-Maid. This is a Reddit post. I don't know how accurate this is. Did the math. They sold 20,000 tickets, assuming half spent on $45 on merch. That's about $450K is what they're estimating. The venue gets 15%. I don't know where they're getting their numbers. See, they're completely missing the whole Live Nation cut. But their numbers are saying about $450,000, and that's not even including Live Nation cuts and stuff like that. So I wonder if Band-Maid even broke even on tour. What do you guys think?
I think there's no chance that they went back to Japan with an extra $500,000. But I do think they made money. I don't think they would have done it if they didn't make money.
Yeah,
they have, they got fucking teams putting these financials together, right? They're not coming over to America if they didn't do the math first and say how much are we gonna make with
for
this,
sure.
I wonder, did we get fucking taken for doing the VIP seating an extra $60 or whatever? Did that go to them, or would that just go straight at the fucking venue?
Well, when we were in Chicago, Ryan, ours went to or for those seats we got, that went straight to Live Nation because it's House of Blues.
I think Band-Maid might have not made money, guys. I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying, Champ, but sometimes bands will go if they're about close to breaking even and they know the exposure is going to be very well. I think they're really making all their money from their digital merchandise and their merch. I don't know.
Could be. You think they do a whole U.S. tour just for promotion?
Yeah, hell yeah, because people want to see them live, and then they're like, oh shit, and then all those videos that circulated, they're making money off of all those fan coverage footage. That's Some of them, because they get part of that. If it gets copyrighted, it gets dubbed as sharing. So even with sharing, they get 80%, and then you keep 20%. Yeah. So that they're probably making more money off of the digital end of that because everyone's sharing those clips constantly. So I was going to bring that up too.
That's going to go on for years.
Yeah, that fan footage, guys, post it. It helps the band out, believe it or not, because it does share revenue with them. It gets copyrighted. Even if it's a sharing, they get that money. So
I that is a good point. I also think Midwest Metal in the comments makes a good point. Says Band-Maid added shows probably made some money. Why would they add shows if they weren't going to make money on them?
There's got to be a reason. There's definitely a plus to it. You know, they wouldn't have been like, let's add more shows.
How much fan footage, guys, is up? That had to get them revenue. I mean,
but the fan footage existed, you know, from the prior 10 shows or whatever they were already doing, right? Like, why add the New Jersey show, for example, and like the Chicago one at the end that wasn't already on the tour if they didn't feel like they can make money?
Livenation probably said, "Hey, we have this venue that's open. Like, you could do something here if you guys need big." Like, they need a bigger space, right? And they're like,
it had to benefit them, dude. It had to benefit them.
There had to be some sort of benefit outside of just getting fan footage that already existed from the previous 3 weeks.
No, I'm talking about the fan footage created at the shows, and that was posted after
that. If they just had like 10 shows, what's one more going to do for it? You know, from their perspective,
already worth it.
Yeah,
they're going to travel all the way to a different state, put on another show. You know, do this whole thing all over again, unless maybe I feel like they had to have made some money off that.
Well, no, I think they did. I just think they were. I don't think they made as much as we think touring the U.S. I think they made more on the back end. That's all I'm saying. I think it helped push digital sales and push their merch, and then because the merch was not high. I think they should have charged higher for the merch, honestly. For a band that was going over, I know it was already expensive, and that's like a stretch, but people would have paid more for the merch, if I'm being honest.
I think merch made most of their money, probably.
Okay.
But they didn't charge.
I just did some math with my YouTube analytics for the fan cam I posted from Chicago.
Okay.
Right now, it's at 48,000 views, and based on the math with the 80% sharing thing, they've made like almost $200 off of it.
So okay, now times that
by from my one video. So you add that all up with everyone's fan cams, you know,
man.
That's pretty awesome.
That's a chunk of money. That's like
so post your fan cams.
So that's like 8 tickets.
So that really convinced me to tell people like post your fan cams. That it helps the band out 100%.
I just found like a quick search. Band-Maid's net worth just on YouTube. Net worth spot pulls YouTube viewership data to make predictions of about $435,000 for their YouTube net worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just what they get from YouTube.
And Tavo brings up a good point. Yeah. You know, their Band-Maid Prime. I'm sure they're doing so good with that.
Yeah,
because they put out good content. You got to give them credit. That's like good content. Like if you want to learn songs and stuff, you want camera angles, up close shots. Like, it's really good stuff, and it's in high quality. They're always putting out stuff. I've seen so many bands do the same kind of model, and they just don't keep up with it, you know?
Okay, estimated 108,000 a year. That's what they're looking at. Okay. I mean,
that's pretty low, though.
From shit, man, from other people uploading their shit. Fuck yeah. If we're helping Band-Maid, folks.
Yeah, right.
And same with the reaction videos.
We're making all the money from them. That's right. We're the
I love that comment.
With the reaction videos, they get 100% of the revenue. It's not a 80-20
Yeah,
split,
reaction they get 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, what do you guys think about those comments that say that you're making money off of the backs of the bands?
The commenters are freaking idiots. That's what I think. They don't know shit about crap, and they type anyway.
We love you all.
I'm going to take a more political stance here. I think they're just ignorant, and they think that we're making money off of our YouTube videos when in fact we are making $0.
Oh, I'm rich.
Of the time.
According to one commenter, I'm rich and I'm making loads of money, and I go on vacations, and
of course, if only they could hear the conversation we had before the podcast started, Alan. Then,
sometimes I know. Sometimes I want them to just like, I just want to invite them over here. I want to show you where I live, and then I'll be like, oh fuck, dude, you need to get.
Here, look at my actual earnings this month. Less than minimum wage.
I can show you my YouTube earnings for the last 3 years, and it wouldn't make a day of your 9 to 5.
That reminds me, I gotta have Tommy go gas up the limo. I'll be
I like that you get your son to gas up the limo. He's basically just your slave now.
I still work a full-time job.
Is it guitar-shaped limo? Yeah, exactly.
You know, Simno's got a good point too. Here, like even with the copyright, there's the publishers take their cut too. Like, there's that also. But luckily, Pony Canyon is their publisher, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's all within that. But they have a whole company, right? So with Pony Canyon, they have the managers, so they have to get paid, right? So I'm sure that's going towards managers also, because they did have 3 different managers I think we talked to while we were there. So I don't know.
How does the labeling work? Like, do the labels pay them like a yearly salary, like a yearly base salary, regardless of sales and touring and stuff like that?
I heard that's what happens
salary
in
based.
Japan.
I don't know if it's yearly or whatever, but it's salary based.
In Japan, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard too.
Interesting. That's
so
at least
they're employees, and if they're doing good, you do good. You know.
That's the other thing, though. They are employees at this point, right? So they're pretty much at the mercy of whatever their overlords want to do.
Rad says we all
commission.
We all know Ryan just has that wallpaper in the hallway to throw us off that he's in a mansion.
Are you talking shit about my wallpaper in the hallway?
What wallpaper?
Wallpaper from 1972. It's classic, man. Lazy to cover it.
Yeah, every department will take their cut. Everybody's trying to get a cut of something. Everyone's trying to make a living. Everyone's trying to survive. So, you know.
Except us. We do it for the love.
Yeah.
Seriously, send us money.
Super chats are open, everybody.
All over the place. Yeah, super chats open, bud.
Super chats are open.
We're over here making money for all these other bands.
Super chats. But that's why it comes down to, like, it does really help when you love something a lot and you're making just enough to get by. That still feels good. To me, I'd rather do that than do what I was doing before when I worked a corporate job. Like, it was great. I had all the money in the world. I had a house, had cars. Like, I was good. But in the end of the day, you just feel like, well, I'm not doing anything towards your dream or whatnot. So it is a good feeling to do what we're doing, where you make just enough to get by, and that's all I can really ask for, and still be able to play and write music. So I appreciate you guys for that, because it does help us at least sustain what we do have and play music, you know? So otherwise we wouldn't have time to do it.
Every dollar means a lot more to you when you're like
when you don't have any dollars.
When someone buys a shirt, you're like, fucking thank you, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, we should probably take this opportunity to thank all of our channel members that are out there and show up every week, and our patrons that are there every week to watch our group reactions and stuff like that. You guys rule.
And there is a sponsor from our merch distributor, who also takes cuts, by the way. But they're generous enough to offer you guys 15% off the entire store, and it's free shipping right now, just today only. So it ends today, started yesterday.
Right on.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Right, this is a cool comment. Talking about Band-Maid, they get paid no matter what, and even then they still create so much music. You know, they don't have to put out as much stuff as they do, but they keep doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
stop.
do we know that? Like, they might have some sort of, I mean, they might have some sort of like I know under other labels, they demand a certain amount of music gets put out per year.
What was it? Konami tries to write a song a week, regardless of what the situation is.
And she motivated me. That's why I said,
awesome.
That's why I said I have to do a cover every week, because I'm like, dude, if she's writing a song every week, I can fucking do a cover every week.
I'm going to start rewriting a Band-Maid song every week.
I wonder how many times she's taken like a song that was completed and just like rewrote it over and over and over.
Oh,
again.
I'm sure she has.
I imagine she's the kind of person, probably does that.
Right? Like, I totally
or somebody else
get
is
that
like,
impression.
dude, this is great. She's like, I'm going to work on it, and then
polishing it and perfecting it.
Yeah.
I mean, that last song I released, The Reasoning, there's 8 versions of that song. We settle on that version.
Do you have, like, you save it, then you're like, okay, then you fuck with it. Oh, blah, 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 version 2, blah, blah, version fucking 3, version 4.
Yes.
Tweak the vocals, version 5.
Yeah. And then I have,
and you're like, wait.
my mom the other day, I was playing a song. She's like, I've heard that song before. It was like when I was in New York. She like, I was like, what? Didn't you play that before? And then she showed me my very first album because she still had a copy of it. She's like, I still listen to this. I'm like, Mom, I took that off the internet. And one of the songs was on
your
there.
Mom listens to your music?
But it was reworked.
Nice.
It was reworked. I'm like, yeah. And she noticed, and I felt like shit because she's like, I was like, oh yeah, check out this new song. So I showed it to her. She's like, I know that song. And I'm like, no, you don't.
Hack.
This is new. This is new. She's like, no, it's the one off of your Let the Logica album. I'm like, fuck.
Called out.
Fuck.
That's awesome. Why don't you do something? Write some new music. Fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like that when I introduce songs I've had forever to people that haven't seen it, because most people haven't seen it.
Yeah, most people haven't.
The new song? No, I've had it for 25 years.
Just say it's a new song, Ryan. That's what I do. It doesn't work on your mom, but
No, 'cause they've heard them all.
What? I was reading the chat and I just tuned in at the wrong time.
Doesn't work on your mom. Is that what you heard?
You just tuned in. Fuck. What the
You've
fuck
been
have you
here
even
the whole
talked? Oh God.
Man.
So, moving on to the next big article. Do you guys got any ending thoughts on that?
On what?
On Live Nation. On
Oh,
Live
is that what we're
Nation.
talking about?
God damn it, guys.
I don't know, dude. Who am I? I don't like a speck of dirt on their shoe, man. What can I do about it?
Yeah, what's the
you're not.
line? An ant doesn't have a quarrel with a boot. We
Yeah.
are the ants.
Fucking downer.
God
Is
damn.
that from a Marvel movie?
I think so. I think it might have been Loki.
Like
What-
Loki? Yeah,
Oh, I thought
think
it was
so.
an Ant-Man.
It might have been Loki talking to Ant-Man. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think Loki said it, and then like the Hulk took him out.
Oh man. Anyway, so we got Tamu from Nemophila meets Maximum the Hormone. Somebody put up a cool clip. Wow, clip. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce this channel's name, but it's really cool. It has some translations. I'm gonna read it off for those of you that are listening. But it's a really cool, sweet, intimate thing because we know Akane was inspired by Now. Apparently, she inspired Tamu from Nemophila also.
I've seen this, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and watch that. I'm gonna read it off
Dude,
while they're speaking, but it's pretty cool.
Pretty
So the next participant, Tamu, who plays powerful drumming with cute smiles, is how they introduced her. That was really cool.
This is what- this is
All
great.
true.
マジで有名ですよ。マジで？はい。
Look at her.
So right now, Nao's like, "Are you the real one?" And she's like, "Are
Yeah,
you really
now I was
Tamu?"
excited to meet her. How fucking cool was that dude for came here?
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
So they put a title in this video saying she is a very popular professional drummer whose performance, she is very popular professional. Oh, I'm just reading the same line over again. Well, okay. She's very oh my God, stupid subtitles.
Whose videos received 28 million views.
Thank you. I'll shut off the subtitles because it's subtitled on top of subtitles.
めちゃくちゃ嬉しいです皆さんにお会いできて。
Pretty much saying she's glad to meet them all.
お
She
姉ちゃん
fangirling,
が
man. She
包丁
fangirling
ハサ
out
ミ
right
の
now.
CD を持ってて、それで初めて聞いて皆さんの顔を
So her brother was listening to the CD is what she's mentioning, and she listened to the song without knowing the members. This is Tamu
わからず
speaking.
にあ洋楽ってこういう感じなんだって思ってて
I thought that was interesting because she said it was Western-like, and the biggest comment about Maximum Hormone is like everybody thinks System of a Down, right? When they first like kind of hear them. So it was interesting that also somebody from Japan kind of felt the same way as like Western listeners over here when they first heard Maximum Hormone. Was that the same for you guys when you reacted to him, or?
Oh yeah, that was my first thought.
I did not think a System of a Down, but I could see the relation there.
My go-to before going into this music was always Faith No More for like eclectic, very diverse music was Faith No More. So that's where I went first.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about yesterday. It depends what you listen to. It's like
Yeah.
System of a Down was the first rock band I ever listened to, actually. Like before the Beatles or anything. And so that's
What'd you listen to
That's
before
where my
that?
brain.
Yeah, that's what. Every time you
The
say
Bee
something like that,
Gees.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, what the fuck were you listening to?
Dude, I was pretty sheltered, dude. The Bee Gees, Alabama. That's all I remember.
That's probably good.
To be fair, man, I grew up on like new country, so like I listened to country for 10 straight years of my life.
Dang,
Wow.
that gives you an interesting perspective.
Oh yeah, the guy that rocked out to Travis Tritt.
My
I
brother,
Phantom of the Opera too.
Phantom of the Opera. My parents, we in the car was always like 50s music, which was oldies at the time, but now it's as old as the 90s were to us.
Oh my god, that's true.
So, it was like 50s
so wait,
music,
is 90s oldies music now?
Ish. I mean, there's oldies music is always going to be oldies music, but yeah.
Dude, that's great.
But so it was a lot of oldies stuff, and if I was grandparents were in the car, it was like old country. But my brother somehow was able to, he just listened to everything. So with it being my older brother, it was cool to listen to a lot of different music because he had all sorts of shit. Carly Simon, 9 Inch Nails. He had fucking Black Flag and Guns N' Roses and Metallica and Revolting Cocks and just all this weird shit. Don't find. Yeah, dude.
Slip that in real quick.
So for me, it was cool to listen to a lot of music because my brother listened to a lot of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's kind of for me, like that was my Uncle Mike. He got me into like death metal. Like I probably would have just been listening to old school rock. My mom always followed with the 90s music, so that's how I got into that. And my dad listened to classic rock, like 70s, 80s kind of stuff. But my uncle was like listening to death metal, ICP, like that kind of stuff, like weird rap metal. And I was like, what is this? And then that's how I got into the whole new metal stuff. I even heard Vanilla Ice metal album, which is actually better than you think it would be. But
no, it's not, dude. I'm not even gonna fall for that shit.
No, it has to be because what I'm thinking is it's the worst album of all time. So it's got to be.
It's
at least
actually not as bad as you guys think. I'm telling you. Maybe I don't remember it correctly. You should check it out.
When was the last time you listened to it?
It's been a while.
How was your brain when you listened to it?
It was
Were
great.
you in a sober state of mind?
No, it was heavy as fuck. Like it was some slamming me. I remember my uncle was like, "I bet you can't guess who this is." He put it on. I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" I'm like, "This is Vanilla
Van Winkle."
He's like, "This is Vanilla Ice." I'm like, "What?"
That's fucking hilarious.
I mean, Sugar Ray had a metal album. It was pretty fucking sick. I still listen to it.
Ooh, I like Sugar Ray.
It was good before they were like, oh, radio equals money. Let's do that.
a lot of bands.
Okay, I forgot one huge
ICP was pretty trash. Going back into listening to that, I agree with you, Rad. That was pretty, but hilarious. It was very comical.
Did any of you listen to the Backstreet Boys?
Hell yeah.
All right.
I wanted that.
I mean, I heard it.
I feel like, but I didn't listen to the Backstreet Boys when they were popular. I like them now. You know, like I'll go back and listen to the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC now that I'm 37.
Nice.
That is interesting. All right,
when I was 18, I was not feeling them.
All right, back to this. Tamu.
Wait, one more thing. I'm sorry. We were all talking about how we got into this the music that's a little bit heavier, and I would just wanted to say I remembered while we were talking the first song that ever got me to start listening to metal, and it was CKY's "Quite Bitter Beings." You guys know that song?
No.
Okay, we all need to listen to that song because it has one of the coolest metal riffs ever written in the history of music.
Okay.
What's it called?
Okay.
96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY.
We'll have a nostalgia reaction, group reaction.
I just want you to listen to the first 12 seconds of the song.
No, we should be like, were the songs actually good? Like as we remembered.
True.
Try listening
and then
to
we'll get claimed by Universal in 5 seconds.
No, it's okay. We'll make it a Patreon thing. So back to the clip though with Tamu meeting Max from the Hormone. Later I found out it's a girl now, Chan, who plays the drums. So I thought I want to play drums too. So this is 2 occurrences where I hear about them influencing female drummers, which is awesome to hear.
Yeah, and 2 of our favorite bands.
Yeah, that's just
Akane
nuts.
and Tim.
I think it's great that when she says something, and now I was so happy to see her. Like she knew who she was and respected her. And Tamu was just like meeting her hero. So how awesome would that be, man? Like, oh, I love you. Like, are you really here? You're amazing. What? No, I'm here for you. That's awesome. But she said, I'm so happy to meet you. And they're like, we're happy to meet you.
Yeah, it's insane. Awesome, could you imagine that? Like walking up to fucking Kirk Hammett and being like, dude, I love you, man. He's like, no, dude, I love you. You're the best.
Well, we know that's not gonna happen, but
that's not gonna happen after these comments I made recently.
He might have loved you before, Ryan. He doesn't love you anymore.
Kirk Hamill's gonna be like, I actually hate you, Ryan. Glad you're a fan of me.
Couldn't afford your damn ticket anyway.
Yeah, I saw you in 2004 when it only cost $60 to see you guys. I'm not saying 2022.
Back in '92.
なおがきっかけってこと？
そうですね。
マジか
よ。So wait, I missed that part. So all right, back to this clip, guys. For those of you listening on the podcast.
それはもうやるしかないと思って。
なおがきっかけってこと？
そうですね。
マジかよ。
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so now let you play drums.
Basically, they realized that now is the one that got Tamu into playing drums and now reacts like,
wow, are you sure? That's awesome, man.
True humility right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like she has no idea that people actually like love her.
Then, yeah.
So let's add information to Tamu's Wikipedia.
Yeah. Look at the, I can't think of his name. Yeah. That's funny. Like it's important. It's so important they need to add it to Now's information.
I love seeing Tamu just fangirling.
Let's add various theories to the Wikipedia they're saying right now.
Oh, I'll check their Wikipedia.
Of course, she had played Hormone songs in the past, which they did. Nemophila did do some covers of Maximum Hormone. I can't remember which ones. Yep. They've done 2, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, this is cool. So they're showing an old video of Tamu playing Zetsubili by Maximum Hormone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I wonder what year this was.
Hell yes. Oh, she got to play with them. That's cool. That's really cool. They're saying in the video later that year in August 2019, Tamu was invited to play in the Mayu session band.
In August 2019, Tamu was invited to play in Mayu Session Band, a live session band project by former vocalist of a band, Lipstick, Mayu.
Oh.
She accepted the invitation, which was supposed to be for only one live session show.
Oh, that was the Mayu from Nemophila, right?
Yeah. Oh, so this is how they all got together. Yeah.
Son and 7 strings twin guitarists.
Wow.
Of Mary's Blood and Husky, former Dysphoria band member. Unlike other musicians whom Tamu had played with before, she felt the connection between all the band members are quite special, which is what she had always looking for in a band. As the rest of Mayu session band members shared similar affection, they decided to stay together and continue performing as Nemophila.
Wow.
That's awesome. Happy with the band, and it's clearly shown in their Maximum the Hormone cover of Setsubo Billy, where Tamu managed to pull off similar acts as her inspirational drummer, now Chan, of Maximum the Hormone.
Yeah, so it looks like we've got Tamu playing to some Maximum the Hormone right now for anybody that's listening.
Yeah. I didn't know she
Maximum the Hormone.
I guess I should. I did not hear this cover. I didn't know she did the vocals too for it.
Oh wow.
That is cool. I guess I need to check out this cover later today.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Cool if we get
the drummer's doing the vocals? Oh yeah. Look at that.
That's so cool. I didn't know Tamu could, like, I guess maybe I did know she could sing, but I didn't know she did the vocals for it. I thought Mayu probably just did the vocals for Zetsubili.
Oh my god.
Because I never checked out the actual reaction to it, so that's really cool.
People are asking if we've seen Yango Star auction for MTH. Have you seen that video, Alan?
No, I have.
Do you know who Yango Star is?
No.
Yeah.
That
It is a fucking
that big pink thing.
Yeah, he's like a big pink cat.
yes, I did see that. I did see that video. I did.
It's an apple cat.
Yeah,
Apple cat.
because that's the one where you're like got hired for the gig wrong. That like he's way too good for the gig video. That's the first one I ever saw.
Oh yeah, like 5 years ago.
Oh yes, when you're overqualified for the job.
Well, Mr. B's here.
Hey, Mr. B.
That's funny.
You like how clean the drum set is on this? Like so pleasing.
Yeah, we can't hear it at all, dude.
Oh, thanks for telling me. Remember, I have to turn
told you
it
a couple
on.
times, but you know.
I didn't know there was audio.
You did not tell me a couple times. When? Like,
I said it'd be nice if we could hear it.
well, that doesn't. You guys say,
Can
"Hey,
we hear
Alan, can you turn it up?"
Tamu is a very good singer herself, and she plays many
That didn't change anything.
Oh, so she does. So she has done vocals on her own, like just doing lead vocals. That's awesome.
Cool.
Is that? Dude, what the heck's going on here?
The video was showing a drummer in like a white. This is a weird costume.
It's the Mr. Freeze. Is it the Dragon Ball Z costume? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. Anyways, so Tamu from Nemophila, who's the drummer, they're showing her singing also in this song that you're hearing right now. She has a good voice. Frieza, there we go. That's the name. I said freeze.
Oh, it is that guy. Okay.
She sang with. She's done something for Nemophila too.
Oh, hey, Ladybeard.
Hey, look who it is.
He was just on the podcast, by the way. You guys should check out that interview.
She was playing with him.
Yeah, I forgot about that. She did play with him.
She plays the xylophone.
That's way different than the one I remember seeing as a kid that had a bunch of rainbow colors on it and it was much smaller.
Metal, yeah.
Legit,
He rolled it.
This is a legit one. Saxophone?
What the heck?
Oh my God! All right,
We're really surprised at this point.
I was not expecting saxophone. So she plays xylophone, saxophone, sings, and drums.
I'm sure she plays guitar.
I bet she plays piano. I mean, like xylophone is basically like piano and drums mixed, right?
Yeah.
Yep, there's the piano.
There it is.
Oh yeah, this is when Shoya's drummer was playing with them, right?
Wow. She also does piano. So how many are we at? Oh,
Oh,
guitar.
there it is.
There it is.
Bass is next, right? Pretty sure.
If she had a reaction channel, she would definitely title it multi-instrumentalist.
I was just gonna say that. Multi-instrumentalist.
She would jack yours wave. Your titles would be.
I know.
She would steal your title real quick.
Exactly,
awesome.
Scott. She's the Hannah of Nemophila.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she
That's
plays bass. I
crazy.
mean, if you play guitar, you might as well just say you play bass at that point.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna.
pretty much. So she plays all the instruments. Any instrument that you need in a rock band, she's got you covered.
Dude.
She's got you covered. So
I had no idea. I just like my love for her just skyrocketed.
same,
Pretty sick.
same. That is freaking amazing.
Alan, turned your regular audio back on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yeah, where's your saxophone, Wave? What the hell?
Yeah. Where the fuck's your saxophone?
Help me be a better drummer.
It should help you play drums better.
It'll work on your breathing.
I just want to be at like a mediocre level on every instrument.
We
Just so you
we
can say that
already
you
have
play.
a champ of medium. We don't need another one.
Okay, slightly above average.
Champ of slightly above medium. Slightly above
I love the
medium.
new words that you invent on the podcast, Alan.
It's not
Someone's
intentional.
gonna make a compilation of all the words that you invent.
That's just my brain not functioning.
Oh yeah, I play the kazoo. Add another thing to the list.
All right, he plays the kazoo. Hey, play something on the kazoo. Let's hear it.
What do you want to hear?
Band-Maid, Chemical Reaction. Keep going. No, keep going.
I love that so much more than having it.
Wait, I want to hear
You
more.
fucking nailed it.
Wait, a little bit more. Come on.
You have to buy tickets to my show.
Oh.
The lady
That was
beer
awesome.
mentality right there.
That was awesome. Well,
Yeah,
Tammy,
damn,
don't
that
play
was-
freaking
that-
kazoo.
That was my favorite version of Chemical Reaction.
That's great.
We only got like the
Sorry,
first
Sissy.
few notes.
We all need kazoos. We can make our own cover. We'll just do kazoo covers of everything.
Play drums on the kazoo.
Dusty said, I think everyone can play the kazoo. No, Dusty, not like that. Did you
You can
hear
do
that
that by
chemical
accident.
reaction? That was perfection right there. Now at Live Nation, Wave Potter and the kazoo.
That might work.
Yeah, I mean, Live Nation's got you covered, man. They own all the businesses, so you should be good. You can do nothing but play your kazoo. Reno.
I'm just waiting for him to pull out like the cups with the water in it and just start going.
Dude, that stuff blows my mind. I have no idea how people do that.
So Reno from Aldius, we talked about this last week. She seems like she's doing pretty well health-wise now. She's releasing an expanded 17-track debut solo album overseas. The charismatic, powerful, and popular former vocalist, Japan's pioneering all-female metal band Aldius, has announced the international release of her debut solo album, Dreamer. The physical edition will feature a total of 17 tracks, including 2 bonus tracks exclusive to International Edition. So international peeps get 2 extra songs. Dreamer includes a variety of songs from the kind of heavy metal anthems one would expect from the former vocalist of Aldius to sweet and beautiful ballads. Debut solo single You Go Your Way is also included, which topped the rock chart of iTunes Japan upon release. That's awesome. As well as the singles Get Over It, Replay, and Forget Me Not. The CD also includes 2 bonus tracks recorded live from Reno's sold-out shows earlier this year. I did hear one song from it. I wasn't really a fan, but I loved the vocals, though. The
Was it
vocals is what I
Burn?
loved the most. I can't remember which one I heard, but I really
Shout out
liked
to Purple Dracos. Showed me Burn a couple days ago. I liked it.
What did you think?
But kind of has a similar vibe to Chemical Reaction, so I'm really curious what Champ would think of it. It's got like the dun, 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 like slow headbanging vibe.
I feel like Chemical Reaction.
I might like it. I just don't like it when Band-Maid does it.
Oh yeah, it's the whole expectations.
Ryan,
no,
I don't think Ryan heard you.
The opposite of your reaction there, Alan. It's just that I have such high hopes for Band-Maid that when they do something that's just like above average, I'm like, no, this is not the best.
No, I heard it differently. We're gonna sound clip that particular spot. You know,
Of course. Well, that's what's
that.
been happening for the last 3 months since I watched Chemical Reaction.
I know. It's you just gave us another clip. I
provide.
all I heard was I don't like it when Band-Maid does it. You know, so that's all I heard.
We're gonna turn this into a shorts channel.
It's gonna be Champ's clips of him hating Chemical Reaction. Oh, my greatest comment though, if we want to like really paraphrase Champ, it was hilarious. We're in the Discord chat and he's all like, when I mentioned from now on, he's like, I don't want to learn this shit, and we're like, wow, he called from now on shit. That's gonna, but it's a joke. It's a joke. I think we lost Ryan. Ryan's gone. Ryan's not in the podcast anymore.
I'm here, just waiting. I don't know.
Ooh,
Reno was
Low
born in
Spec plays
Tokyo and
didgeridoo?
joined. Huh?
Low Spec plays didgeridoo. That's cool.
A little background to Reno. She was born in Tokyo and joined Aldius as a vocalist in 2013, where she helped the band break into Japan's official top 10 album chart, leading the way for Japan's all-female and metal bands to follow. It led to an alternative press saying the girls' metal band boom in the 2010s, which brought us the likes of Babymetal, owes it to his initial success and part of pioneering talents of Aldius. Reno started her solo career in 2022 with sold-out solo shows, followed by a chart-topping single, and finished the year with a domestic release of the first album, like we are just talking about. So that's good for her, man. She's over there kicking it.
Hell yeah.
Staying strong.
Keep doing it, Reno.
Good
So
for
there's another super group also. We've talked about this in the past called Petit Brandicon, which is like a dog breed, which is hilarious. It's the name of the band, but it's Kyo. It's a complete opposite of the last rock star super group, and I think I might enjoy this super group a little bit more. Kyo from Darren Gray. We have on vocals, we have Larkin Seal drummer. We have Mia, the guitarist from Muck. And then we have Ants, who played with Tokyo Showgazer. I think I've heard one song by them. And Acid Android. That's a really interesting name. I wonder. So there's a article about their new music that they're putting out. So they channels their 70s horror and renaissance of Corpse live Blu-ray. So they're putting out a live Blu-ray. Progressive new metal band Petit Brandicon has been called the Monster Band, alluding to the titanic abilities of each superstar player. Now the band gets a literal with it, channeling retro 70s horror on the packaging of their upcoming concert release. And now this packaging for this concert is really cool looking. This is the artwork that they have for it right now. Looks pretty badass. And there is this cassette. It's like a cassette that comes out of it,
It's
but
a
there's
VHS,
CDs.
dude.
That's
VHS.
awesome.
Sorry, I don't know why I said cassette.
It's like a vintage looking poster.
That's got the CDs in it. It's like a case, it looks like.
Yes, a case. Yep. Yes, a VHS tape that like dubs as a case. It's really cool looking. I thought
That's
that was
a
pretty
VHS
badass.
CD holder.
A VHS CD holder.
We've come full circle.
That's honestly amazing. That's like one of the coolest packaging I've ever seen.
Yeah, they always have such unique ways to package things over in Japan. Like there was something else that we did a while back. Can't remember. Oh, the ramen soup one. Remember that? I can't remember which band had that. So per vocalist Kyo's request, the packaging was designed to resemble an old VHS box. Through the contents are high definition. You may find yourself having throwbacks when you open it. Check out the design below. And for those listening, it's really cool looking. You should go check it out. But yeah, I thought that was pretty idea. Man, they get so clever with the marketing stuff, but it's not like cheesy kind of marketing. Like they play off the nostalgic feels. It's really cool. How they bring that all together.
That's awesome.
I just realized this was not on the news scene. I don't know if you guys saw the cassettes, but check it out if you didn't see. Oh, I did? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we did.
All right, awesome. All right,
You just switched back.
I just switched back. Is that what happened? So we're going to go ahead and get into some Band-Maid news with Ryan, if there is any news. And I want to apologize right now, though. We forgot to mention about the From Now On music video that was out. Not that anybody needed us to tell them that it was out, but it is out if you didn't know. So take it away, Ryan.
Well, there goes my news.
Well, that was last week's news.
I'm a big fan of Band-Maid, so you know. Go listen to
are
it.
you?
Breaking news.
I don't know, man. I don't really have breaking news.
Breaking news from Ryan.
I'm sorry.
Didn't they just put out a new email? I think they were putting out more merch for their last show. Did they do another one? I saw an email coming from Band-Maid. I can't remember what it was, but
Yeah, I saw one too. I didn't open it though.
I normally was like, Ryan's got this.
Yeah, I failed you. I failed you.
Oh, did any of you guys watch the From Now On video?
Hell yeah.
I did a 30-minute breakdown while tired as hell.
That was out before, right? Like it was on the Blu-ray or something?
Yeah, it was on the Unleashed Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it though.
Mm.
I didn't watch it until it came out on the
Oh,
tube.
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got the CD out, put it in my car, and then that's as far as I got with the physical discs. It was a pretty awesome video, man. It's different from their other instrumentals. The other ones they put out were just kind of white background, and this was pretty dramatic.
Yeah, circle.
Had a lot more, yeah, they're all facing each other, and it's neat to see because we saw them play it live, and to see how much of that really transferred like to what the music video was like.
Yeah.
Usually, so they try a little harder in the music video to look like they're really playing it, but we saw them do it live. Before I saw them play it live before I saw the music video, and I'm like, yeah, fucking right on. That's pretty much what they were doing live. It's just intense.
Did you guys notice that music video, the sound quality was amazing in like regards to like, because you know how normally when they upload videos it gets a little bit compressed, but for some reason that was like just like bam in your face. And when I listened to it on MP3, because I've only heard it through, I have it downloaded for YouTube Music, but I felt like the sound quality was better on the music video. Yeah. And that's like a first. Huh. I didn't notice that. Yeah, because I was doing a reaction to it. I did a reaction to it, and I was like listening to it, I'm like, why is this so much louder than normal? Like it was just like really in your face sound quality. I don't know. But it's like it seemed like they let the music breathe a little bit more. Cool. And
brought down the headroom.
Yeah,
where they compressed it.
Do you guys feel like it sounds different than the rest of the EP? Like when you listen to it in that light, like it almost feels like its own thing. Like, because I feel like there's a different style when you get into the next song, which Balance is not my most favorite song out of that EP, but the rest of them don't feel the same as that from now on.
Join the club.
No, I never heard any difference. I mean, nothing ever stood out to me. I just felt like it was all pretty cohesive.
Well, you've been listening to the CD though, right? In the car. I don't have the CD. I haven't been listening to the CD, so I think it's probably the CD quality on that music video. Maybe, I don't know.
I've always thought that song. I mean, you could be onto something, but I feel like
there was something.
What?
Guitar World Online featured Konami for they mentioned some very important musicians coming up. They mentioned Band-Maid, and they had Konami on their lead photo for the article. Nice. I should have shared that to you. But it was cool, man, because usually there's not a Japanese artist featured on top of Guitar World stuff. So it's cool. They talk about multiple bands, but they mentioned Band-Maid, and they have Konami as their lead picture. So that was really, really cool.
Fucking sweet. Hell yeah. It's a real promotion right there.
Yes. Sorry, I knew there was something, but
Miku also was she sent out the article it was merch and a message from Miku regarding the energy of the fans. Yeah, talking about that. That's what I was. Thank you, Scott, for bringing that up. And then Simno was just reminding us that they the band ordered for a festival. They are playing on the 18th, playing at 3:05 on day 2 on the Noel stage.
That's right. I think Peter Lim was talking about that on the Made News Network. Miku was basically like, we thought we'd be giving you guys power, but it was you guys that gave us power on the tour. And it was like just showing a fan appreciation.
That's really
it's both, cool. Baby. It's a power transfer just between us and them.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
What were you going to say like 10 minutes ago, champ?
I'm hungry.
He was saying that you might be onto something, and then
the song. So I didn't notice from now on being better quality than the other ones. Now that you've mentioned it, I kind of want to go back and listen to it just to check. But I gotta say that like that song in particular, maybe it's the writing, but I've felt like that's one of their best quality sounding songs from the first time I heard it, even like the first time I listened to it on Spotify, even listening to it live. Like I talked a lot about this on my my breakdown of the song for the video, but when you play a songs live, a lot of the time, like if you're there for like 20 songs or whatever, stuff gets muddled and like you kind of get like lost in the show. Sometimes you don't even know what song's on at every second or whatever. You figure it out or whatever, but it's even harder with instrumentals because there's no vocals kind of guiding you along the way. From Now On has such like a very like specific sounds to it. It's so well done, and it comes across live as if like you're listening to it on the album. I just think the writing of it makes the quality of it sound better as a whole. Like the lead and the chorus, for example, when that comes on, it just like, even when they were playing it live, it sounded like it was coming out of the fucking speakers, man, like of like my headphones. It just is written in a way that I think that sounds fantastic. So I don't know if that's why I didn't notice a lower quality earlier, but I do think that like it never sounded bad or anything to me. Like I always thought that song sounded, for whatever reason, better than a lot of their other songs production wise.
Well, it's
also the
fan
thing
favorite
that it is an instrumental, because when you're mixing a song with vocals, the vocals are in the forefront, so that's like on top of the whole mix. But when there's no vocals, you can put the guitar in the forefront. Like it makes, there's less steps to getting the final master.
Gotcha.
I brought the article up.
Yes, here it is.
A couple things I thought was important was so it's Guitar World, from cosmic collaborations to blistering chug powered breakdowns. Here are this week's essential guitar tracks. So it leads off, it's a picture of Konami. It's actually an old one with her a Dictone guitar, but it's a good one, her rocking out. But they mentioned Chili Peppers, Metallica, Pliny, Rabia Masad, David Gilmour.
I remember Pliny.
Leap, Barry Tomorrow, a couple bands I'm not familiar with. Then Band-Maid, From Now On. So what is it? Everyone's favorite made outfitted Japanese rock band ensemble showcase their chops in this fierce new all-instrumental cut, led by Konami Tono's cutting pitch-shifted leads and driven by a hard-hitting production. The track is bound to win over fans of Marty Friedman and even early Polyphia.
Nice.
Standout guitar moment. We love Konami's juxtaposition of lead melodies and shreddier licks around 2 minutes in, building to some Kirk Hammett-inspired arpeggios and descending alternated pick runs. Okay. For fans of Marty Friedman, Michelangelo Badio, and Jason Richardson. So these names they're throwing around, dude, are fucking huge.
Yeah.
And I love that they're associating it with this song, because I agree with almost all of them.
That's awesome.
But, and this comes to, coming from what you hear, Kirk Hammett inspired arpeggios, whatever. I mean, it's some metal, some good sound shit. So I guess that's a compliment. Kirk Hammett, Marty Friedman, Angelo Badio, Jason Richardson. These are like all-time shredders.
Yeah, no, Kirk Hammett's a really good. His solos were great. Like they're Kirk Hammett
Nobody
solos.
Nobody sounds like him. But Friedman, Polyphia. I mean, they're getting noticed in a new kind of way. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's her writing that makes it all for me. It really is with Konami. It's just her writing is like everything. Is
same.
Nobody.
But everyone in the band, like, for
it's
every single person in the band, it's like that. It's like what they do is each member. What they do is like just on another level from any other band I've seen before.
How many lead guitarists still like? Actually, like for you, Wave, like inspired you to do better writing? Mostly guitarists is like, oh, I gotta learn that technique because that's crazy. Like for example, Polyphia, you're like, fuck, I gotta learn that technique. Animals as leaders, I was like, damn, I gotta learn that technique because it's something unique. I've never had a lead guitarist like I watch a lead guitarist and be like, wow, I gotta learn how to write like that. Like that's
the thing. Like,
to me, I've never had that feeling of seeing a lead guitarist and going, "Oh shit!" This actually inspires me to write rather than learn a new technique, which is weird for me at least.
What I realized when I was pulling apart From Now On and recomposing it and stuff is like you were just saying, her composition style is almost, it's like taking what we know about the attention span and like TikTok 6-second videos and all that stuff and integrate it into composition, because from now on, every 6 seconds, there's a new element she's introducing melodically. It's like constant attention grabbing. And there's like 2 specific melodies she returns to, like on the lead, but otherwise everything is fresh, never heard before in the song through the whole thing. It's just like genius composition.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just I've never thought about that before. Like I was like, I can't think of another guitarist, honestly. Like all the people I grew up listening to, there's always I don't know if it's the same for you guys when you were learning. Like what did you guys look for? What made you like
complete
learn
opposite of you,
lead
honestly,
guitars?
man. Like what you just explained, I was the complete opposite. Like I don't think there's ever been a time that I was listening to a guitarist and been like, damn, I really want to learn that technique that the guitarist is doing. It's always been like, if I hear a guitarist that I really like, it's because I like their writing, and that would get me to try to write like them. So I think we had like the exact opposite experience.
Let me rephrase that. It was more like, for example, when I heard Metallica, I was like, oh my God, I love this so much, the leads. And it was more like it just came with a technique. Like I had to get certain technique down to do those solos. I never really thought about the writing, I guess maybe. That's what it was. But maybe I worded that wrong. But I don't know.
I totally see what you're saying though. Like you were like, in order to play like this, I need to be able to do what they do, right? Yeah. So you got to learn the technique before you could write.
With Konami,
with that technique.
With Konami, I'm sitting there like my brain's breaking, like trying to figure out, because with those solos, I could figure out where it's gonna go. You know what I mean? It was instant. With Konami, it wasn't about the technique. I can do all the techniques that Konami's doing. The problem with her leads for me is that I don't know what the fuck's coming next.
Exactly.
With other solos, I could learn it faster, and I remember sitting here, I even told Larry, I'm like, man, I feel like a shitty ass guitarist. Like I thought I was fast at learning. Like, and this is taking me 7 hours to get this down. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like I literally thought and then I had to think about it.
There's nothing wrong with you, dude. That's why I had to go back and I'm gonna go back and learn some fucking Megadeth. That shit I can do.
Yeah.
Makes me feel better about myself.
But like what Wave mentioned, I didn't think about that. But okay, the new Metallica song, I learned it. I made a video. I haven't put it out yet, but it was super easy to learn. Like the tech, it was a weird like technique. It took me a few times to get, but I knew what was going on, like within seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Figured out within like 30 seconds, dude. I'm okay. This is what's going on. Took me a little bit longer to play it cleanly, and so I go to learn different, and for like 15 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like, I didn't know what the fuck's going on. You try and pick one thing, but you can't just pick one thing. You have to like in the recording, there's not like just a riff that's doing this through the whole time. It's multiple things that make up this thing with the bass and the fucking drums.
And it doesn't repeat that part till another minute and a half later.
So, yeah, I see. That's what you mean. Like when you had to learn a technique before, you were learning the writing because it's the writing that gives you the technique, but you could learn a part and you could have the song. Like, you could play it and be like, yeah, that's this song. With Band-Maid, you gotta like play the whole fucking song. I mean, there's lead parts, you know, but like in place of a riff, there's like a lead melody going over all these other complex rhythms and things that are going on. It's just a really different way of writing a song. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I always find the parts that get me the most when I'm listening to their songs for the first time aren't even like the solos that she plays, or even necessarily I love that they riff so much. Don't get me wrong. That's like my favorite part about Band-Maid in general. There's not enough bands that just go out there and write fucking lead riffs like they do. But a lot of the times what really grabs my attention is the stuff that Konami will do during like the verses. That's like not the featured part of the song at that moment, but it'll be like some weird time signature shit that's going on. It keeps cutting in and cutting out, like a little lead, like influencer, right? Like she's doing like this and then she goes and you're just like, it's just happening in the middle of the verse underneath everything, right? Like it's so weird. That's the shit that really, because when she does that, I go, I don't know how you could write that like without like having the rest of your band there to help you write it, right? Because if you're just sitting there playing it by yourself, that sounds like shit. You know, that's that it won't go along with everything, right? Like, but when you have the bass, you know, giving you those root notes that you need, and the drums doing whatever Akane is doing to give it the timing feels that she gives it, you know, then what Konami adds into there during those verses makes so much sense. That's the stuff that's super impressing to me.
I'm glad we're talking about this
so much.
Every week there's somebody it's like, oh, always talking about Band-Maid. It's like, yeah, this is why, dude. Because here's Nemophila. I love Nemophila. I want them to be huge. That you can listen to one of their songs and you pick out a riff, you learn the riff.
Yeah.
You learn the
like
lead
5
part.
segments that repeat.
Yeah, and it's not. I'm not saying it's easy shit. It's really cool stuff, and I love it. It's just different. You know, it's riff based metal, which is fucking great. And then you try and go. Band-Maid has riff based stuff. The new stuff isn't like that. It's like,
well,
like
a good example.
Is like 5 sections that repeat.
A good example of an older song, Moratorium.
Yeah.
That is such a badass riff.
Nice.
That is like Dice,
is
yeah.
like that too. It's just a great fucking riff.
But even that has still nuances, you know? Like it still has nuances in Moratorium that I was like, didn't expect when I was learning that song. When I was like just breaking it down, learning the riff, I'm like, it was like pull off, hammer on madness, but it was like cohesive into a groove that I was like, this is so enjoyable to play.
I just love that they keep evolving their sound. Like they keep putting more effort into making their sound different and their composition better than it was before. Because this new stuff, like when I really dig into the stuff on Unleash and Unseen World and Sensi Pete, like it's just a different level of composition than anything I've heard from like World Domination and Conquer past stuff yet, you know, like because of this.
Yeah, because like that riff, like the like there's like a little pause in between that thing that you would not really hear. You would never hear that normally.
And hate.
But anyways, guys, let's get into this rapid news that we got going on. Otto releasing music again, as always, has a new music video that just came out yesterday. Especially produced New Era special music video has only been released on YouTube. Speaking of amazing people, Otto, the singer, like she is Otto. I think she's just so good that she just does whatever she wants now. I can't imagine being this good, putting out this much content. It's just ridiculous. She must just have every single vocal pattern imaginable memorized or something. I don't know. She must know like every single thing about vocals. I don't know. Like, how do you release this many songs so quickly and just after?
She almost made it. She's made it like, I don't want to say mundane, but like, oh, Lotto released another song. Awesome. It's probably awesome.
She's like, it's like a fast food. Like,
it's not fair.
She's monopolizing the word awesome.
She's like the gourmet. It's like a gourmet restaurant, fast food style. Like,
yes, it's ridiculous, man.
Like,
it's amazing.
When we saw firsthand last week on our Patreon, like the difference between if somebody else does the song that she does and if she does the song that she does.
God.
Yeah,
that was a massive difference.
Alan's like, I hate this, and then
I love this song now.
Later.
I covered it. I was like, let me write. I was like,
yeah. What was the name of that song?
I love this song now. I can't stop listening to it. It's a great song.
What was the name of it? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm so bad with song titles.
Yeah,
but last week on Patreon, in case anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, last week on Patreon we did a group reaction to one of Otto's covers, right? And the original cover that she did was by like something Bear. Something Bear was the original person. Kaori Bear, I want to say.
I'll get the
this must
something about dance. It was like dance something.
Oh yeah, something dance. I just really.
Either way, when we were listening to the original version of that, we had thoughts, and then when we listened to the Otto version immediately afterwards, we had more thoughts, but in a different direction.
It was a crazy difference because the original one, we were all like, just like listening to it, waiting for it to end.
I'm not gonna lie, I like both versions now though, which is weird. I like So anyway, so I was with the drummer and we smoked a little bit, and then that song came on and it made sense. I was like, I get it now. I'm like, I get this Vocaloid stuff now. This is pretty awesome.
Interesting.
The song was called "Darling Dance," by the way.
Yeah, I was like,
like Kairiki Bear.
This is all
Maybe you
making
should
sense
listen to
now.
everything again in that state of mind, Alan. And
I don't know
see
if
how
I
you
just
feel
because I
about
was
it.
relaxed or something.
Maybe. And you're making me wonder if maybe I should listen to it while I'm not smoking.
Everything just makes sense, you know.
Speaking of smoking, shout out the local band Smokeout, who was just in the chat earlier. We did a podcast with him, and it was an amazing conversation. You guys should check it out.
Yeah,
but
it's a fun time.
Back to Otto. It was real. I don't know how she does it, man. She's like the Konami of vocalists. I guess I like is in that level, because when you listen to her songs, you don't expect it to go certain ways, especially in the original music. Like, she just keeps pulling out different things. Just, again, another unique style of like singing. I still can't think of anything original that comes close to it. You know,
See,
maybe
I haven't like went and just listened to her stuff on my own, but when I hear it, I'm still amazed. But it's not like, you know, I haven't wanted to go listen to it. But what it is very impressive, you know.
I guess thinking of it, Ryan, like next time you listen to Otto, like imagine singing all those parts, and then I think that's what got me.
It's amazing, dude. I mean,
yeah.
I know it's fucking amazing, but
it's just like when she throws, like for me, she throws 5 vocal techniques within like a span of 15 seconds, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
that's what's so cool about it. Like, I feel like even if you don't like the song, you could just listen to her sing, you know, just to be impressed by her abilities, you know. So it's like if she writes a song that I really, really like, I'm sure, like, and I just haven't heard that song yet, you know, the song that is her song, that is like my favorite song out there right now. But even the songs that she's written, or that, not that she's written, but that she performs, I don't know if she does any of the writing actually, but the songs that she's performed, I think that they're all, even if it's like a totally different style of music, something that you would never listen to, they're all worthy of listening to just to hear her do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. And not just the technique, but also she has so much soul. So it's like a perfect combination.
Passion, man. There's like desperation in her voice. I fucking love it.
Because like vocalists have perfect technique, but you know, they can't bring that soul that Otto does.
Yeah, she leans into those vocal, the ways that she sings. She's leaning into every single technique that she does, like with full warmth and body behind it. That just brings it to the forefront, and you just really have to take notice because the way that she's singing it, it's just very impressive. Just from, I guess maybe it's just standing out to me a lot too, because I've been practicing my ass off with vocals and doing vocal lessons, learning about the techniques. So when I go hear Otto, I'm just like, oh my God, this is what my teacher was talking about. Like doing this with your voice. I'm like, how the fuck is she doing that? Like I'm actually going to show him one of the songs next week and be like, hey, how's this done? See what he says. See if he like his brain breaks or something. Cause it's like some of this stuff is just really weird. Cause like when I'm going through those lessons, right, he has this ability, and you'd be surprised when you're singing, like just little movements of your tongue, depending on where it is in your mouth, or the way that you're opening up, the way you're relaxing your jaw, all these things, the way your shoulders are, your body, the way you're actually being. You have to be aware of your entire body when you're singing, not just like your diaphragm and everything else, but to ensure complete relaxation or know when to tense certain muscles. And that's what's so impressive, because when you have to like relax this but tense up this to get this vocal sound, and then you hear Otto do it all within 30 seconds, you're like, huh? like
I don't think about any of that shit. I just sing.
I don't know. Like, I think like to be like that elite of vocalists, you know, and to get to there, you know, we've heard like pop singers past, like think about like Mariah Carey as an instance. You have to know some technique to do those things. Otherwise, you could hurt your vocals, or it could go the other way around. And I think I don't think she's just singing. I think was just singing. She's naturally good at it, but she's also. It sounds like there's just a lot of work put into it, where she sounds phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
you know,
I feel like she's voice acting. I feel like she's singing, like while voice acting. You know what I mean? Because it feels like she's got like so much personality and character every time that you hear it, and it's like it feels like she's like singing a story. You know, like even in that dance one that we listened to last week, by the end of it, when she gets like all, it sounds like she gets all like panicky, and like she starts like screaming more, and the scream is really like earned. You know, it's not just a scream for scream's sake. She like earns that moment that it comes out. It feels like way more than just a song a lot of the time when I listen to her.
Because sometimes you hear singers, right, and they just sound like one-dimensional. They're like, yeah, they have a good voice that's very unique, and it sounds good, works with the music. She's not one-dimensional at all. It's like you said. I think that's the best way to say it, champ, for sure. It's like if she's voice acting almost. Anyways, I'll stop. She's amazing.
Next piece of news.
That's all I gotta say. It's like very impressive.
So Otto has a new song out.
Yep.
Yeah, so Otto has a new song out. Asterism is releasing on December 9th. They're going to be releasing some live footage. You can already go to their YouTube channel and set up a premiere. It's going to go live in 4 days. For me, it's 4 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's going to be pretty early. But
you mean you don't want to live stream it?
Yeah, hell yeah, I want to live stream it. That's what I was going to bring up right now.
Why do you even ask him that? You just
I don't want to get up at 4:30.
I don't want to get up at 3:30.
Just not go to bed again, like with Lady Beard.
We don't have to, but we'll think about it, guys. We might. We're not sure yet. Baby Beard, life is basically like a soap bubble. It rides on the wind, flying here and there, and before you realize it, pop, it's gone. Some inspirational words from Baby Beard. Check out our interview with Lady Beard. It was fucking hilarious. He really brought that energy. It's a great interview.
Yeah, he brought that. We have never had that kind of energy on our podcast before. Even when Alan is in his mode, it's still like a quarter of what Lady Beard is able to produce.
I gotta be honest, when we signed into Zoom, I was like, this is gonna be terrible. This is gonna go so badly. And then he popped in the Zoom chat and it was like everything was better.
Wave said he was
so tired.
Just so you guys are aware, yeah. Wave's saying that because we woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning in order to do this.
Yeah.
The guy is a literal walking energy drink. I just spews energy to everyone else. You shake an energy drink, right? You shake an energy drink, then you pop it, sprays everywhere. You know
what's next?
Ew.
We have 3 minutes left.
Yeah, use the word literal. That makes my brain go places.
Gizze has new artwork for their new album that they're coming out. He's asking everybody to let him know what you guys think. Which one you guys like better? Which one do you guys like better? I like the one with the second one.
Right.
Yeah. Right always catches eye, right? Maximum Hormone will appear with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, sponsored festival Mega Vegas, which will be held for the first time in 6 years at Kobe World Memorial Hall on March 11th, Saturday, and the 12th, Sunday, 2023.
Oh, you mean this water?
So they're going to be playing.
Is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas a Japanese band?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And they use a lot of processing on their vocals. I can't get into it personally, but
I haven't listened to them. I just always assumed they were from Las Vegas.
And then Pale Dusk is having a very successful tour. I hope they're going to get new members soon for the other half of the band. I hope they're doing well. But it looks like they had a awesome crowd out there, doing really well.
Nice.
Passcode. December 21st, they're releasing Reverberate. And here's the flyer.
I watched the trailer for their tour.
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh yeah.
Now Minyami.
It looks exciting. I love that they have the full band right behind them with all the rock metal elements in it.
Are they coming to America?
I don't think so. I think it was a Japanese tour.
Dang, I would love to see them.
Tour, I think.
Yeah. Soka Ninaro has another cover out. It's to Wands Until the End of the World. I didn't have a chance to look into that or what it is, but they have new music out and it sounds pretty good. I do enjoy it. And somebody mentioned they did a Maximum Hormone cover, and I definitely got to check that out. They did Alien, apparently. So I definitely need to go see that. All right. So yeah, that's all the quick news for today. I didn't realize
I got one little blip.
Go ahead.
The basis of Love Bites, Fammy, just put out an Aimer
that's
as
right.
Champa say cover like 3 hours ago.
I was
sick.
Going to mention that, but I thought it was an old video. I didn't realize that was new.
Which song?
Zanku Sanka.
Nice. That is freaking awesome.
Probably said
So
that wrong.
I'll pull that up real quick. That is really cool. Oh yeah, here it is. Like it's the first video that pops up. Yeah, MA. So here is the new bass cover. Yeah, premiered 5 hours. So that means she is going to be doing more covers and things like that.
Nice.
Oh, look at this. No headstock on this bass. I think I've seen her play this before, but interesting. Does she keep it like the same
is that
style?
a Spectre? Or
Is it a Spectre?
I don't know. It kind of looks like it on the.
I don't know, because no freaking headstock with the logo on it.
I was trying to
Looks like
see
the
if
one
that 12th
Chris
fret.
Wolstenholme plays from Muse.
How do you guys feel about like instruments without the headstock?
There's no. I mean, you got to advertise it somewhere. What the fuck?
I think it's right
It's a
here.
good place for a logo.
It's on the plate.
Really? The blood-covered freaking pick guard.
Yeah, on the pick
It
guard.
looks like.
I don't know. I think they look weird. I'm not a fan of the headless
weird.
headstock.
I
Maybe
mean,
it's
when you
just-
think of a headless person, it looks weird. Same thing.
It does look weird. They're also not living.
Walk around playing dead guitars.
What?
What's wrong with you?
You can set it down without putting your guitar out of tune. Anywhere.
I don't know about that one because you're still gonna
The
hit the
tuning
neck.
pegs are down by the bridge. So
Oh, I get what you're
you don't-
saying, but you're still
You
putting
can like
pressure.
lay it on the floor and it won't be resting on tuning
That's
pegs.
the benefit. I can lay this right down on the floor and not worry about it.
I think you can
That's
still.
where guitars go, right?
I see what you
You
mean now.
can't hang it up on a goddamn regular hanger. It'd fall off. There's no goddamn headstock.
Holy crap.
That's
I
true.
just realized that.
How are you hanging that guitar?
What is
Upside
this
down.
problem you've created for no reason?
They're gonna have to come out with. You have those guitar stands where you just set down. But I mean,
I know.
yeah. But
I thought it was
That's
cool
why
as
I
fuck
said
the first time
hanging.
I saw it, but
You need
now that I
yeah.
keep seeing a bunch of them now, I'm like, all right.
well,
whatever.
it'd be funny
You
if
need
Wave.
floor space for those though. What?
Yeah, it'd be funny if Wave got one and then he forgets that it doesn't have the headstock and then he's like hangs it up.
Hang it up and it falls on my head immediately.
Yeah. What?
Or he just starts
Dangerous
putting these all over his floor, and he just like has to like jump over, hurdle over
He
guitars.
leaves the room and
everywhere.
he just bounds out of the way. Doing. What are you doing? Stepping over my guitars.
It's
Fucking
like a
put it on a
trampoline.
stand. You don't have to
Bass
lay down.
trampoline.
That's freaking
Go.
awesome.
We've had so much musical instrument disrespect in this episode.
Disrespect?
Have you played a headless guitar? Anybody? No?
I actually haven't. I don't think. I think I have, but I don't
Really?
remember. Maybe.
Maybe they're wonderful.
I'm gonna go play
Might have
one.
to go-
They never.
might have to go back to Sweetwater.
They never have one hanging up at Guitar Center.
Less chance you'll like bonk your bandmate in the head with your
And then
headstock.
look on the floor.
I didn't look on the floor. You're right.
Remember that video of that guy spinning his guitar and he
Oh,
like
yeah.
threw it right into the singer's face?
Oh no!
The headstock just
Yeah.
right in the face. That wouldn't
That's
happen.
horrible. That's true. That wouldn't happen. Or we had a singer. He had his long hair, of course. So like every time I'd always accidentally smack him upside the back of the head, and the tuning machines get stuck in his hair. And it was always fucking horrible because he's like had to like pull it out in the middle of singing.
How often did this happen?
Dude,
And
it
it seems like he did
happened
it on purpose.
like
Couple times a
12
show.
times because I run around like a maniac and I wasn't paying attention where I was going, and I'm like going all over the
Yep,
place, and then
that's-
smack. So we had to come up with zones on stage. We're like, all right, Alan, you cannot move out of this box.
They give you a
Put
tape
down some
recorder.
tape. And this is it. This is you can't come outside the tape.
No, literally what we did was we made sure the singer stayed in the box because they wanted me to keep running around stage. Okay, Ryan. But then I got caught in the guitarist's hair one time, so that was horrible. Because then I had to stay
You're just
there
an
until the end of the
irresponsible
song.
musician.
It's because I get dizzy
Like I'm
sometimes.
enraged.
I would jump off the top of the amp and then like land, and I'd be like all dizzy as fuck. So
Oh my gosh, dude.
fucking smack my singer in the face.
All right, top 10.
Good times. There's a lot of stories today.
Stories today. Top 10, is that what we were doing like an hour ago?
No. Top 10. Baby
What's
Metal
going on?
is in 13. Band-Maid's still holding on 12, by the way. Like, they're like on the outside. Lisa did drop from the top 10, so let's see what took over for that. We got Ellegarden going down to 10. Number 9, we got 1OK Rock going up 2 spots with their Sonic song, Vandalize. Have you guys heard that song yet?
Oh,
No, but I will as soon as I start playing the game.
Babymetal Divine Attack staying at number 8. See what I mean? Divine Attack staying on the charts, but Monochrome can't get up there.
And that wait, Divine Attack didn't have a music video either, right?
Well, I mean, it did. They
It was
put
like
a
the same
video
thing,
out.
wasn't it?
Mm.
Wasn't it
They
like a
were both
lyrics
kinda
video
like
too? I don't remember.
lyric videos with a lot of effort put into them.
Yeah.
It wasn't live action. I don't know that. What do you consider?
Well, I just mean like
Sue and Mo were on
I think you know they're fucking baby metal. You know what I mean? Like they're not only do they have the like a ton of fucking money, but like also I feel like a big part of their appeal is that they are baby metal.
Well, how
It's-
many
I
years
know-
want to see them
to
too.
get songs out? It's going to take even longer to get a damn video out.
It's an official
Yeah, they
visualizer.
had 3 years. I mean, but all right.
people
fair
wanna
enough.
see the
Make a fucking
dancing.
video.
It's official visualizer is what it's labeled as for Divine
Yeah,
Attack.
I do think that like one of the appeals of baby metal, like you know, being baby metal is being able to see baby metal. So that's probably
Fair
one of the reasons that like
I see.
Monochrome isn't doing super hot right now.
Yeah.
Once they come out with an official music video where you could actually like see the girls like in the video, I think it'll do better.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's funny how they have an official visualizer, official lyric video, no official music video yet. So
I guess they're just ramping up to it. What do you think? All right, cool.
Wait, is there another song supposed to come out here?
January. They think that they might do something special for December because December is the only month they're skipping with the song. I have a feeling they're gonna do like some collab. I have a feeling a collab's coming out.
With Gaijin guys?
Yeah, with GG. No, just kidding. That's not that's not real. That's not real. Matt Knowles says probably have new costumes for the concert and don't want to reveal them in the music video. Ooh.
So where are your old ones?
Ooh, that's a good. Come on, Ryan.
When's their
on,
first
man.
concert?
Ryan's gonna
Ryan, you
bust
suck
their
at marketing. Get out of here.
For fuck's sake. Can't even put out a song this month?
Whoa.
We'll
All right,
get it.
anyways.
Don't worry.
Otto.
It'll be worth it.
Auto Freedom, number 7, staying exactly where it is. Auto again, staying exactly where it is at number 6. Auto again, going down 1 spot with
Missing
backplay.
Ooh,
Auto
slipping.
Rebellion going up number 1. She beat her own song with another song. And then this is the one time she's not there. Number 3,
Zudomayo.
Zudomayo. And staying at 3. And then we have Vondi, Chainsaw Blood, which is an excellent song, guys. You should check it out. Great music
Yeah,
video.
dude.
Have you seen the music video, Wave? It's good.
That's the song.
That is it. That's the one.
So
I gotta
I
go
don't need to
listen to
go
that.
listen to it.
If I listen to that song, there's no kazoo, I'm going to be very disappointed.
You guys, the music video has really high quality production. I know, Wave, you heard the song, but I don't think you've seen the music video. It's a really cool music video. You should check it
Yeah,
out.
I made that mistake.
It's really cool.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
but
there
it's
was a-
hard to know,
What?
Wave.
Oh no! I did watch the music video during my live stream,
Yeah.
and then I reacted to the song thinking I had never heard it before. So big old fail on my part.
You fucking liar.
Classic.
You heard this song?
And then we got Auto number 1. And yeah, that's the top 10, guys. So
Cool music
All right.
still. Jesus, bro.
Yeah,
like
That's a song of the year, apparently.
oh, wait, we got to, what do we call it? Is calling it Fribbles? The Fribbles is the name of this now? All right, we're going to go read the Fribbles. The most bodacious
Name
rise.
subject to change. It's trademarked even.
It's trademark.
You fucking trademark.
Fribbles.
Ripples and bits.
So this is the Fribbles stats.
All
Most
right, let's hear it.
Bodacious rise. One Eye Closed, going up 12 spots. And that's a pretty good song. Really good song.
Pretty good with one
reaction
eye,
to
man.
it. Most heinous drop, 1OK Rock, Save Yourself. That's actually surprising. Most excellent new entry at number 16 with Tatsuya Kitani, Scar. Most bogus entry, ASP. Wow, ASP. Hypercracker. Zombie of the week, Otto.
Alan's
Come
a
on.
hypercracker.
What'd you say?
He said Alan's a hypercracker.
It's okay. I can say that.
Zombie of the week, Otto. Most entries in the chart, Otto, Bish, Nemophila, Band-Maid. Still pulling in views. The Rumbling with 98,000 last week.
Man.
Flavor of Blue, Passcode with 7,000. Roselia with Rosen Horizon 7,000. It's funny, Rumbling just bringing in 250,000 views every single week.
That's pretty nuts, dude.
How is that only 39?
Insane.
Right.
How did 300,000 views only get 39th place? That's crazy.
They see
Yeah.
the views over that get number.
It's because it's like a rotating weeks or
Was that
something.
a 41 million?
Really explain
views?
it to Champ like he doesn't understand.
No, I honestly have no idea how this system works. I just
We're
listen
not
to you guys
explaining it
talk about
properly
every
at
time.
all. Simno, can you let us know how the
Who knows
system
the
works?
master?
Let us know so we can explain it to Champ.
If somebody has more views, that's a bigger number, which gives them a higher number.
Wait, is this maths? Come on, man.
All right, we're
Not
going
in
to give away
America,
stuff.
son. It's just math.
First, we're going to sign off from our podcast listeners on Spotify, Apple Music, and anywhere you listen to Spotify. Thank you guys for listening. Remember, you guys can listen to this podcast if you cannot be here on YouTube for the live show. And we're going to go ahead and sign off with you all so we can spin the wheel to send out some free merch. All right, so we'll talk to you all you podcast listeners later. See you guys later. See you.
Bye.
Adios.
All right, giveaway time. So giveaway is if you're a member and a Patreon, you get 2 entries, of course. But if you're a member only or a Patreon only, you're just also entered into this. So here is the wheel, and we're giving away Band-Maid merch right now. All of it,
What are we giving away?
everything,
Your hat.
everything. We're giving away
The
wave
one that's on
today.
your head.
You can win a wave of
How about a-
merch from Band-Maid.
VIP badge. Wait,
VIP badge.
You
don't
already
want-
gave that away.
did I?
No.
I don't even think anybody collected the merch from last time. So, by the way,
Yeah,
you guys,
yeah. Speaking of, hey, if you guys won last time, reach out to us because you won.
I already forgot the names too. That's horrible.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna have to
okay.
go to
last
We
one.
listened to
That.
last week's.
I thought we did write it
True.
down. Anyways, what was I going to say here? I already forgot. Hey, follow us on Discord, guys. If you do want to tell us about any news topics or anything like that, it's over on Discord. Also on Discord, you can tell us if you won, and that'll be the best way to message me or contact me. Or you could hit us
Yeah.
up on Instagram, Twitter.
It
Also,
would help to contact the person who has the item to give away.
yeah.
So,
Trust me, I would have sent them your way, Wave, but I still
Oh, okay, cool.
nobody messaged me. If you did message me, I didn't get it, and I'm sorry.
And
Just
if you
me
message us
again.
on Patreon, we will get back to you. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, Patreon's
it just
super
goes,
fast.
It goes through a couple channels to get to the person that needs it that way.
Somebody did claim it, and we're gonna send it out to you. So just hit us with the address if you know who you are. Anyways, let's spin this. We get a drum roll. Drum roll.
Wait, we're giving
Get a
away the
kazoo?
badge?
Just spin it.
Can we get a
Here's the
kazoo
drum roll.
noise? Come on, kazoo noise.
Just fucking spin it. Christ.
Trying to make this special, Ryan.
Sorry about your
Toasty, you won something from Wave.
Congratulations.
We don't know
Toasty.
exactly what it was. Was
You're
it
officially a VIP. Again, maybe.
just the
Yes.
VIP
Or for the
badge,
first
or
time.
what else are you giving away? Was that it? Band-Maid US Tour VIP badge. Toasty, congratulations.
Yes.
Make sure you go message us.
Congratulations, Toasty. Please.
Aren't we
send
doing
us
one
your-
item a week?
Damn, Wave, you forgot what we talked about before the podcast. All right, fine. We'll
talk about
we'll be back next week, and we'll give away more merch. All right, guys. That's it. I think. Oh no, Champ, if you want to do your thing, what we're doing, we got a reaction we're doing that right after this. That goes
Dude.
somewhere else.
This is true. We do. I was really surprised with this week's poll results also. So if you guys want to watch our group reactions, go to patreon.com/guys and guys. And we put one up almost every week. And this week I put out some options. And the one that won was the one that I thought was going to be in last place. I threw out Love Bites, Extra Pan, Broken by the Scream, and Show Ya. You guys want to guess what won?
Love Bites.
BBTS.
Yep, Broken by the Scream. You got it, Wave. So we're checking out a Broken by the Scream
who was last
this week. Like I said, last week was Otto.
Who was last on the
last was Show Ya, which also surprised me because the first reaction that we did to them on our Patreon got so much love. So I thought, like, yeah, everyone's gonna want to hear more Show Ya. They're like, nah, fuck that. We want to hear some Idol.
That's why we asked, right?
Well,
Jennifer says somebody in Chicago promised me a Band-Maid shirt.
Was it Band-Maid? You got to contact them for that.
Was it me?
Was it Ryan?
I
think this is for Ryan. I'm gonna go with Ryan.
Yeah, I drove you there and drove you back home. But, damn.
All right, guys. All right. Well, we'll see you all later. We're going to go react to some... What was it again? Broken by the Scream. All right. See you guys later.
Later.
Bye.
Later. Now, this is where we end the Scream, and I accidentally close it, so you guys get to see us just a little longer. All right, there it is.